What are we talking about? Come on, man. 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 How many push-ups you want to do here, pal? Oh, come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What is he doing? Come on, man. Give me a little break here. But everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get a life.
Come on, son.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You're making money. Come on. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Critically Drinking. I'm your host, Rashawn, and we are here on a Thursday, so it is time for...
I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. And speaking of come on, man, I just got a text from Mandrill who said he's running a little late. He's on his way. At 3 o'clock. At the time of the start of the show, he's running late. So... yeah, I'll go ahead and go through some housekeeping things to start. So if you are watching on replay, go ahead and skip ahead about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just catch up on what we got going on for the rest of the day and going on next week. So tonight, I will be doing like a state of the algorithm, a soda stream, state of the algorithm. So I'll be doing that with I Digress. It's another channel. Renee and Jeray, great, thoughtful people. We will be having that conversation tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, also with the Wireless Woman. So the four of us will be having a conversation around various topics, you know, little sociological, political, maybe some economic. Don't drink the water essay. Don't drink the water. That is because the conversation we're supposed to be having today are about people, crossing borders to other countries for procedures, so to speak. So people went into Mexico, had a little bit of a hiccup, so to speak. And that's just an old phrase from an old movie, I believe it is. Don't drink the water because, the water wasn't clean. Anyway, so that's tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, if you want to tune in for that. Next week, I probably will only be having the Tuesday stream publicly. Tuesday, Ism Show, me and Bree, I believe we'll be talking about some more like psychological, spiritual stuff next week on Tuesday. Thursday is my nephew's birthday, so we will not be doing a Come On Man or anything at all on Thursday, but I probably will have something that has already been recorded from another conversation off like backstage. That will probably be like premiered or dropped. I don't like doing the premiere, so that whole countdown thing is annoying to me. So I'll probably just have it drop at about maybe 5 p.m. on Thursday. So that'll probably be what happens next week. It was a whole conversation me, Bree, Yella, and Ken today had about the hierarchy of needs and how that prevents people from evolving, growing, adapting, all that good stuff. So that will probably be what happens next week. Probably be a Tuesday stream, Thursday drop, and Wednesday will probably be a Discord stream. So I don't know how long Mandrill is going to take, but I probably will go ahead and pull in this video to kind of give people a refresher on what we were talking about. And if you're returning on the VOD side, if you're returning from the replay, thank you. Welcome back. We're done with the channel updates. I believe there may be more later. Oh, hey, Inya. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you.
New developments in the kidnapping and killings of those Americans in Mexico. 5 alleged cartel members are now in custody after authorities say they were turned in with an apology note. Matt Rivers is in Mexico City with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Well, Michael, not only were these 5 alleged cartel members essentially handed over to authorities, but it may have been their own cartel leadership that turned them in. This morning, this stunning image: 5 men tied up near a truck in Mexico, blamed for the kidnapping of 4 Americans, allegedly turned over by the powerful drug cartel they belong to. A handwritten note on the truck's windshield claiming to be from the Gulf Cartel, saying, quote, "We have decided to deliver those involved and directly responsible." The images obtained by ABC News from a source close to the investigation also include this photo of guns, ammunition, and body armor found in that truck. The men blamed for this horrific abduction, caught on camera a week ago, that left 2 Americans dead. On Thursday, state police finding them at the same spot in Matamoros where the kidnapping took place.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Okay. You're right. I know. I'm not a streamer by heart, and I don't respect that whole give people time to get in. It's hard for me. It's really difficult for me. Anytime I need to go somewhere, it's in person. So I try to respect my time, and I respect other people's time. So like, if there's a start time, I like starting on that time. I really hate people holding up a meeting for, other people. So I get you, man. I get you, Yella. You're right. People are just getting a notification. I hear you. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Rachon. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment allez-vous? Something like that. I don't know. No, Rain, this ninja needs some pre-talk trailers. You're probably right. You're probably right. I probably should develop something like that. But let me greet everybody else that came in. Nova is in the building. Hope everything is going well with you. Yella Peel Coffee Co. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Vaughn Bryant, man. Good to see you also, Vaughn Bryant, man. Now, listen. You may be cool. Okay? You may be completely chill with everything that went down. But I want to apologize on behalf of something I had nothing to do with for the way that you were addressed the other day. I feel like there are certain ways to address people, especially people that mean no harm or just speaking a perspective or maybe offering an opinion. But I definitely apologize for the way you were addressed the other day. You may be cool with the way that went down and who that went down with, but man, that ain't sitting right with me. Anyway, NuGrowth Old Soul, man, good to see you. Good to see you. And we got Moesha, Stan account in the building. Appreciate you. Coming soon. Men are always late. I'm always on time. Inya's always, it's either Inya or Nova. It's all love, bro. Don't attack me. I'm joking. Yeah, definitely, man. Bro, I'm like, you are one of the most peaceable dudes on the internet, and to be talked to the way you were talked to, man, I know it's irking me. It's irking me. I don't even know why. You don't need anybody to defend you, but I'm like, ooh, I want to jab, but it's none of my business. Yeah, man. Anyway, my bad. Just wanted to greet everybody. Appreciate y'all for coming through. What we're talking about is that group of people that went down. I'm gonna start the video over because I know people are still coming in. We're talking about that group of people that went down to Mexico. They were shot at. A couple were killed. Yeah, it ain't sitting right with me either. But that's what I get for looking. That's what I get for looking. Somebody told me to look. I looked. That's what I get. Got me. Anyway, I'm going to play this video. And when Mandrell gets here, this is what we're going to be talking about.
New developments in the kidnapping and killings of those Americans in Mexico. 5 alleged cartel members are now in custody after authorities say they were turned in with an apology note. Matt Rivers is in Mexico City with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Well, Michael, not only were these 5 alleged cartel members essentially handed over to authorities, but it may have been their own cartel leadership that turned them in. This morning, this stunning image: 5 men tied up near a truck in Mexico, blamed for the kidnapping of 4 Americans, allegedly turned over by the powerful drug cartel they belong to. A handwritten note on the truck's windshield claiming to be from the Gulf Cartel, saying, quote, "We have decided to deliver those involved and directly responsible." The images obtained by ABC News from a source close to the investigation also include this photo of guns, ammunition, and body armor found in that truck. The men blamed for this horrific abduction, caught on camera a week ago, that left 2 Americans dead. On Thursday, state police finding them at the same spot in Matamoros where the kidnapping took place. The men now in custody, though authorities not confirming whether these 5 were involved. Multiple Mexican law enforcement sources tell ABC News the cartel note is believed to be legitimate, but neither ABC News nor U.S. officials have been able to verify the authenticity of the letter's claims.
The cartel has been known to police itself when necessary. And it's not of any surprise that they're under a lot of pressure to put this behind them. and try to distance themselves as best they can.
Now new details emerging about the Americans' trip before they crossed into Mexico for a cosmetic procedure. A fifth person traveling with them, Cheryl Orange, left behind in Texas because she didn't have the proper ID, speaking out to CNN.
Where your ID, woman?
She hit me up and asked me to join her, to accompany her. And we began the road trip. I didn't have proper identification, so I couldn't join her to go across to the border, which left me back at the hotel.
The group then going on without her, seen here live streaming from Mexico shortly before they were kidnapped.
Said that they would return in 15 minutes. 15 minutes had gone by, they were not there. I called the cops immediately.
4 days later, after an urgent search, officials finding Latavia McGee and Eric James Williams alive inside this wooden shack just outside of town. The bodies of their friends Shaid Woodard and Zindell Brown at the same location. Investigators also locating 5 vehicles, including a stolen Lamborghini and an ambulance used to transport the victims in Matamoros. And overnight, the bodies of Woodard and Brown brought back to the United States. Woodard's father remembering him on the day he would have turned 34.
That was my youngest child. You know, he was my baby. You know, and for him to be taken from me like that, it was very, very hurtful. A parent never expects to lose a child.
Now, investigators are still looking into whether these 5 men were in fact responsible for this kidnapping or if this is just some sort of elaborate scheme designed to take some of the heat off of the cartel. Guys, Mexican officials expected to speak on this case later today.
Okay, Matt, thanks very much.
All right, folks. So that is what we're talking about. You know, it's a couple of weeks old, but let me get back to the chat, man. Say what's up to brother. He said, Mr. He said in the building. And like he said, what's the vibe, man? We feeling good today, brother. He said, how are you? How's the lovely wife? And yeah, didn't see what happened, but you know, we respect Brother Von Bryant around here, man. Mexico gets less and less predictable as the government becomes more dependent on trafficking revenues. I believe it. They snitches unapologetically. That's what's up. Marcus in the building. What's up, my guy? Appreciate you. Dory Meta. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, Dory. Wow. Why did they say they went down to Mexico again? Was it just a trip for medical care? Yes, they were supposed to be having, the young lady was supposed to be having a medical procedure. But there are definitely some people who have different beliefs as to why they were down there. And I think Marcus is alluding to that. Some are saying because they got caught in a stash house in the location it was, and their prior record and history of drug-related charges and offenses made it very curious or suspicious. Absolutely. It immediately looks weird because we know a lot of people are going overseas. A lot of women are going overseas for different procedures. But where they were going in Mexico, when they were going, how they went, who they went with, it just looked a little, you know, to the naked eye, to the untrained observer, it looked a little sus. I get it. If I needed to go for a medical care and I needed to take 3 men, if I needed to take 3 men to feel safe, I probably wouldn't do it. And that's as a guy. As a guy, if I felt I needed to get 3 other dudes to go, I'm not going. I'm just not doing it. If we had affordable health care here, Americans wouldn't have to take these risks. Just in general. Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, 15-minute medical procedure. The date she had on her calendar didn't match up to the day they went. There was a lot of hinky stuff about it. The lady that didn't have her proper ID, you know, you're traveling across the border, but she didn't have her ID, so they had to leave her in Texas. There's a lot of weird stuff. And I don't have all the details, so we were going to have like a roundabout conversation because, you know, something Mandrell had brought up. But, you know, 15-minute procedure. We got 15 minutes so far late from Mandrell. So, you know, we got to give him a big old.
I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man. People that show up late.
It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't do it, y'all. Can't do it. So, there are a lot of Americans that go across the border to pick up medication. Yeah, sold over the counter in Mexico, but not here. It could be. And it was really interesting that the cartel The cartel rounded up their own members, dropped them off Spider-Man style with a note. Like, come on, man. I'm not believing it. I'm not falling for it. I have a hard time believing, and I get it. There's a lot of political pressure. Americans were killed. They were Black Americans, but there's a lot to it. So, we'll see how it goes. Because Mandrill, the host is not here. I am going ahead and dropping the link. If somebody wants to come up, we don't even have to talk about this. Yeah, can't do it. We don't even have to talk about this. If y'all want to come up, we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We can just have an open panel today. We can talk about this. We can talk about something else because I have a personal thing about my time. I do. I wish I had that clip. And I took that personally. But anyway.
Stop it. Get some help.
So yeah, we'll see. I'll be up after Washer people leave. Washer people? Oh, in real life, IRL. Got you. I'm like, ain't nobody here but me. However, just because they had a history, true, doesn't mean they were just partying, vacationing, and getting surgery. There's no way for us to really know what happened. It just looks suspect. And we were going to have a talk about it. So, we'll see if Mandrill show up. If he don't, if anybody else come up, if they don't, we'll go with the flow. I'll give it a couple minutes. I should have gave it a couple minutes in the beginning. Yella's like, I got to give people time to get the alerts. Reclaim your time. Absolutely. Especially, I got another stream later too. So I can prepare for that. NA, hello. Good to see you. Right. I'm a real boy. Absolutely. So that was the clip. Some of the questions I guess I will ask. I know what brother he said. He talked about on Red Lipstick Vibes quite some time ago. They talked about girls trips. And brother he said something I thought it prompted a question in my head because he talked about not John Wick. What's the other guy? Liam Neeson's. I'm gonna watch from the corner. I get you. I put a poll in there. If everybody doesn't have a particular set of skills to go and retrieve friends and family member who have traveled overseas for procedures, for fun, for frolicking, whatever. But I've noticed a particular trend with, people of my pigmentation that are born in the United States that we tend to, it feels like it could just be the news. I can't say. I know a lot of people that travel all the time. I know people who have went and had tea with strangers in Turkey. It's not everybody, but it really feels maybe based on my consumption of the media or social media is something. A lot of my people have been having problems getting overseas and back safely or with their friendships intact. It's very strange. But I don't know how to answer this question. I know. It's not the news, it's just us. Put a poll where, sir? Hey, the poll's in the living room. I'm joking. The poll is in the chat. B's in the chat. BB's in the chat. The poll is in the chat. But what I found, because there's another one I wanted to do, but I didn't want to add it to this cartel thing. There's a black lady, and it was just Miami. She just went to Miami, and it ended up an 8-year friendship over some money owed and the way people were. It's crazy. But I've learned and listened to and hung out with people who just did not know the basics of traveling. And I'm not saying I don't like travel. I don't like going anywhere, but I know it's complicated. And I know if you're going overseas, it's even more complicated. Even to the point like going over to Europe, they have different sockets, conversion rates of converting money, all kinds of weird little details. But going to Mexico and South America, Central America, where there are lots of cartels and other things going on, it seems like we would be a little bit more studied. A little bit more studied. We would know a little bit where we were going. Why, how we needed to move when we got there. But I feel like as Black Americans, we feel newly free to travel. You know, we're now free about travel about the country and the world, get a little bit of money, and start going places that we just probably don't know anything about. Living room is a good place. Just clean it before you let the kids play on it. Nah, the kids got to stay off the pole. Kids got to stay off the pole, Yella. Kids got to stay off the pole. So well, since I am Dura, you saw that one? The Miami girl was wrong to bring her boyfriend on a girls trip. She should have at least gotten her own Airbnb. Now, no, there's another one. There's another one. I guess this one was more recent. There was another woman, a Black woman, that took her friend they met up in Miami. She was actually from Canada. And she met her girl in Miami, and I guess neither of them had money. They were both like tapped out, traveling tapped out. There's a guy there. Boy. So one of them had an eviction notice while they was gone. The other one needed all the money that the other one owed them. It was just a hot mess. And I'm probably going to play that video at some point. Probably just not today. Yes, they also lack humanity, and that's accepted everywhere. And we act like we tougher and better than people. Don't respect their culture, land, what we expect. Yes, that is true. I do believe we go a lot of places. There's a lot of I've seen entitlement. When Americans travel and go to different destinations, there's a lot of entitlement. I'm not sure why, but we really feel like people owe us to accommodate us in our ignorance. I've seen that even in the United States, but I know people that have gone overseas and run into problems because, ignorance and lack. Oh, maybe that's the one I meant, the viral one a few months back. No, the one you were talking about, I think I heard that one too. And she was recording it for her own safety because the one was going to get on her. It was real. It was weird. It was her B&B though. Yeah, we saw that one some time ago. That was interesting too. There's been a lot more stuff like that. There was another lady that got attacked. I think her name was Shanquilla Robinson or something. She got attacked by her friend. And the term friend, that's another thing that needs to be considered when we're talking about traveling. People are traveling with people like the one I said, Miami. They hadn't really been around each other for 4 years. But, that's your friend. In China, you can identify Americans by how loud they're being on the street. No joke. And, Noah's been spent a lot of time in China, grew up in China. So, yeah, I believe you. I believe you. Totally believe you. So, all right, folks. Well, listen. This was Mandrell's topic. I honestly don't care too much about the cartel. And nobody's coming up. I know a lot of y'all are at work, and I appreciate and respect that. Not even tripping about that. But I don't like talking to myself. So we are going to find something else to react to. Give me a second. I think you can never be studied enough to travel to a foreign country without a native guide. I don't know if it's a yes or a no. To both. And I'm confused. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, I promise you, you will not be graded on this test. Moesha Sand account. I promise you, your grade will not be hinged on this poll. I promise you. You will get an extra credit, and there are at least 2 more tests before the final exam. So, you can just give either answer, or you don't even have to take it. This is just a little pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah, we don't have the best moves overseas, and I believe that. I believe that. And because even in my family, I'll say, even in my family, there are some people that have not had the best travel histories locally. Or running out of gas. Like little simple things. Just simple things. Moesha, that mindset alone is enough evidence that you've studied enough to travel. Problem is most people don't think that way. Like, I've been watching your pre-recorded streams, and I must say you are doing yes, and I'm about to get back into them. I caught what was it? Dedication. I caught part 1, 2. I have 3 and 4 loaded in the final. I've got to get to the final. and he's got a new series that's going. So if you check out a NuGrowth Old Souls channel, he's got some good pre-recorded content, a very good lengthwise. So check that out. I may travel next month for my birthday, but I hope my best friend doesn't keep trying to push going abroad. Hey, listen, everybody's got their thing, but anybody that's traveling, we need to have some knowledge about where we're going. Like, where are the tourist destinations? How do the locals behave? Are they accommodating to people from out of town or from out of country or from out of state? You know, like we need to do a little bit more background before we start going everywhere. I think just because we can do something doesn't mean we should do something until we know a little something. So I think we need to improve our study habits, because every place is not amenable to ignorance. Every place does not open itself up to. Boop. Let's get out of Mexico. We left Mexico. All right. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Give me a second. All right. So give me a moment, folks. Matter of fact, why don't we just, while we are here, folks, give me a second. Okay, I've still got that tabbed. We're going to check out something I have not started. If you don't mind, NuGrowth, listen. If you don't mind, I'm going to pull up the first of your videos from the Mind of an A paper thin, if that's with your permission. And we'll check into that a little bit since we're moving on. Since we're leaving Mexico. Where's the embassy? Are there any travel alerts? Absolutely. Absolutely. So NuGrowth, if you're still listening, if you could just let me know if that, thumbs up, thumbs down. If we could just, we'll just start your videos at 16 minutes long. We can listen to it, react to it, talk about it. Just something different. And I will drop your link in the chat as well. B's in the chat. B's in the chat. All right. Boom. All right. Now, I think, was that the video? That's the link to the video. That's not the link to the channel. My bad. That was stupid. Here is the channel. Cool. And they both said it was okay. So cool. All right. B's in the chat. B's in the chat. I like it. I don't know why that's in my head, but yeah. Computer tripping today. All right, let's try that again. No. All right, y'all, listen. The intro, and I want to catch it, but I don't know what it is about me and the internet lately. All right. See, as soon as I blow it up, it starts acting stupid. All right, cool. Yeah. YouTube ain't gonna let me be great, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, well, today just ain't the day for it, folks. Today is not the day. So listen, I know some of y'all don't know how quick my trigger is. Listen, I appreciate y'all. This is not working. My boy ain't coming. Mandrill. So we got to have a conversation. I cannot get to YouTube. It's been bothering me all week, and I'm not going to keep trying to mess with it. So please go in your spare time, go and check out NuGrowth Old Soul, and check out his channel. Hey, if you want to come on up. We can kick it. But otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here because my frustration. It happens so fast, y'all. It happens so fast. If I don't enlarge it, will it work? Let me try. I really don't like leaving it small, but let me see. I can maybe do that. Let me see. Let's do it that way. Nah. Oh, there we go. Let's see.
Welcome back. Like I never left it. Welcome back to Black Hearted with your boy NuGrowth Old Soul, where change is more valuable than dollars.
I love that part too. Change is more valuable than dollars. And see, they go to spend it.
Shout out to all the people that checked me out last week. I think I did all right. Y'all let me know, right? I don't mind criticism. I love it. But anyway, this week we're gonna go with something a little different. We're gonna take it back to the old school, right? And this is courtesy of my beautiful sister, one of the sweetest people I've ever met on YouTube, right? She's such a great, gracious young lady. This is NA, right? She saw my episode last week and was like, yo, NuGrowth.
Yeah, YouTube is trash
I got
everywhere
an
today.
idea for you. I was like, word? You know what I'm saying? I love ideas. What's on your mind? She was like, yo, it's a song that when I hear it, it always makes me move. And when I was listening to you talking about dedication,
yeah, that's gonna kill me, that constant buffering. But we got the man himself in the building, NuGrowth Old Soul. How you feeling, my guy?
Hey, peace, my brother. What's good?
Man, everything's good today, man. You know, I know I sound frustrated about, me, myself. I'm good. Like professional frustration. But I'm good,
I
man.
feel you. I feel you.
How about yourself?
The life of a perfectionist. But I'm good, man. Just chilling out, man. I appreciate you, man. Even just keeping me in mind, brother. It's all good. We out here trying to accomplish the same thing. So it's cool to be up here, man. What's good?
Man, nothing, man. It's a Thursday. I know I had 2 streams. I thought we was going to do this one, which is cool. I mean, it actually helps clear out my schedule because I need to prepare for the one tonight anyway.
Okay.
But I want to catch up on your content because I want anybody that's listening, NuGrowth drops some gems. I promise y'all. And it's not like 2-hour live streams, 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour live streams. If you need like something to check out just in between some things, I promise you, drop some gems. So check out NuGrowth's channel. I dropped it in the chat. Like and they said, intro is awesome. But yeah, man. I really enjoyed what I heard of dedication. But I'm backlogged on content I got to catch up on because I've been doing so much streaming the last 2 weeks.
Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. I'm checking you out as I go, right? And I love to see a different perspective, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I swore you was younger than me, man. I was like, this guy mine is like, and then when I see we the same generation, it's like, okay, we come from the same spot. But yeah, man, I just try to check you out as much as I can, man. And so what were you going to talk about today besides just the you were going to get into the surgical aspect of it, or?
I was going to jump around a little bit because I was going to ask about like us being studied enough to travel safely. Are there countries that we should not feel so safe traveling to for any reason at all? Like kind of like Green Book style. Are there places that Black people should be concerned about traveling to? Are there things we can learn or do differently to travel abroad more safely? I was going to, especially with Mandrill being from the military, I figured he would have a lot of insights on stuff like that.
So
and then go ahead.
What places have you been to? Like,
I'm a domestic traveler. I've been in
Okay.
the United. I do not like going to other countries. I don't even like the idea. I've heard enough. My nephew's gone overseas. He went to Europe, 3 countries in Europe. I know a lot of cruisers that like to go on cruises, Caribbean, different stuff. But me, I like the States, man. Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, I haven't been overseas. I've been like to like South America, Central, all that stuff like that. But it used to be different because it was almost like a camaraderie. When it's amazing when we went over there, it was like a connection. Like I went to Costa Rica and it was just like they was like, don't go to this neighborhood. So I was like, man, I wanted to go there because it seemed to be more melanated people there. And I got on the bus with some young teenagers on there. You know, they look kind of rowdy. Just came over, gave me a hug. It was like a brotherhood. But I don't know. Our image is changing. We're becoming more associated. What do they call them? Gringos? That's what they call Americans. So we're becoming more associated with that. I don't know if it came since, you know, Obama was president. But it's like we became a face of the system as well. We was always considered the outcast. Everybody knew that. But now it seems like it's changing. And it seems like it may be getting a little rougher for us to go in there and actually be viewed as different from the American system.
I can see that. What's going on, man? Derailed?
What's going on, Arshawn? What's going on, guys? How's it going?
Doing all right, man.
Doing
all right. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, that's I got you, NuGrowth. I really do think being seen differently from the American system, that could be beneficial, depending. I also know our global image. I know in a lot of places when I hear from other people from these other places, man, people do not think too highly of Black folks in other countries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if they don't see you as an American, then what are they seeing you as? You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
So
they don't.
I know
they don't think highly of American Black men. It's still that way, and there are places you don't want to go. To be honest, like Egypt is one. Yeah, you want to stay away from Egypt. There's certain places in South America. Brazil's fine. You want to stay away from Venezuela for a myriad of reasons. Not just because you're Black, but a lot of different reasons. Stay away from there. You know, but there are places across the globe you really don't want to, no. Tanzania, you know what I'm saying? Liberia, Nigeria. Why would you want to go to Nigeria? No, leave it alone. Congo, Congo. No, thank you. Don't do it, people.
So, Mandrell, have you ever traveled outside of I know you was in the military for a while. Have you ever traveled outside of the umbrella of the military when you traveled to these places? I was just wondering if it was the same reaction.
Yeah, it was the same reaction. In fact, that was worse because you don't have the protection of the military. Like you're a soldier, then the tendency is not to bother you as much. It's still a possibility, but you know, when you're there by yourself, and they find out you're there by yourself, hey, there it is.
Man, that's rough. I didn't know it was that bad. So you may be right. I know Mexico, it seemed like it's just getting rough in general.
It's not getting, it always has been that way. It's just it's just people of our generation. Like I'm on the very tail end of Gen X, right? And people of our generation, we knew better. Like if we're gonna go to Mexico, we stay at the resort. Okay. Because listen, if you're from Nigeria, you know why. Stop playing. So anyway, in fact, that whole continent, stay away from Africa. Africans are crazy. That's why you don't hear me messing with them. I don't even say crazy stuff about them. I don't mess with Africans. I leave them alone. I leave Africans right where they are. If they ain't bothering nobody, okay, good. Leave them right there. Don't say nothing. Don't bother them. Leave them Africans alone. They're crazy. Where was I?
That's a broad
Africa.
statement.
Yeah, it wasn't Africa. Wherever you were, it wasn't Africa.
No, I'm not going back.
Is it more that these foreign countries have a problem with Americans and not just based on your ethnicity?
It's both, Vaughn. It's both. Like the Africans look down on Black Americans. They do. Like they'll come up to you and be friendly and everything, but they're just trying to fleece you. They're trying to fleece you. That's what it is. I mean, because understand, they're looking at us like a whole snack. Oh, you come from America. And you made it here? Oh, you got money. You can afford plane tickets and hotels and stuff? All right, cool. That's if you run into trouble there. But then, you got your... And that's in every country. America has that too. But you don't want to get caught up in a foreign country like that because, again, the embassy is not going to help you. Good luck getting help from the embassy. Wow. It's not fun.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Because it's like you get so many different perspectives. Because some people go to these countries and come back with great stories, and others, like, I was wondering, do you go into like the city part, like what is it like the city, because they separate it as well. It's like they have like they village people that are outcasted in those countries as well. Are your issues with them or with the city people? Like Africa has Lagos. They got the Lagos is like the major city.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like
Nigeria.
For example, Mexico, right? Perfect example, Mexico. There's videos of people, and there's this one video I saw, and I just shook my head. I was like, man, that's just dumb. See, people of our generation knew better. This is where I was. They knew this. If you're gonna go to a place like that and you're on the tour there, like say you go to Greece or Rome, and the tour is in your itinerary. Okay, you stay around the touristy areas. We all knew that. You go to Mexico. If you go to Mexico City and you want to stay around the touristy areas, okay, and just say no to the people trying to sell you something because it's worthless junk, unless you want to buy it as a memento of some sort. But people want to rent a car. Let's drive off the beaten path. Let's go see the rest of it. Let's go see the rest of Mexico. And then you run into the cartel. Oh my God. No. Nope. Don't cry now. You can't tell me you went to Mexico and didn't know the cartel was out there. We didn't know it was this bad. Why would you take that risk? Why would you take the chance, dummy? The cartels do whatever they want there. And then there's no one to help you. You're in the middle of nowhere in Mexico. And
so let me ask you this, maybe, Arshawn. Do you think you would feel more comfortable if you were with a native? Like, say you had like I went to Jamaica, so when I went to natives, right, I felt more comfortable off the reserve off the resorts, because the resorts are kind of like corny, right? It's what you're used to. You don't get to experiment with the food like you want to. You don't get to do this. You don't get to party like you want to. So when I went with natives, like, you go with the natives and they take you to Kingston as opposed to Montego Bay or these places, and it's like, wow. And then you see the energy, but the energy, I don't know where y'all from, but the energy ain't no different than being in the hood at a local club, right? You're an outsider, but you got people there that can help you navigate. So would you travel if you had people that could navigate you?
I would. That's exactly the issue, because there's the knowledge gap. The knowledge gap is what it's like. If you don't speak the language, if you don't know what's what, because even if you don't travel out of the country, in my own city, there are parts of the city, if you're not familiar with it, you don't really want to be around. And so even in broad daylight, if you look like a tourist, like if you look out of your element in certain places, it's just you're more susceptible to falling victim to any number of things. So I'd rather not be anywhere with a knowledge gap as much as possible.
Right. And going with the locals. Okay. How do you know those locals aren't up to no good? My thing is that people take those kind of chances there, Arshawn, but they never do it here. You never walk off in a dark alley with somebody that you didn't know. here stateside. But because you're in another country, you drop your guard when your guard should be up higher. You don't know anyone. You don't know what the culture's like. You don't know. And people take chances. I'm just like, why would you take the chance now?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I meant by when I say like locals, I mean somebody I knew that also knew that place. I don't mean like just finding the local when I got there.
Oh, okay, I got you. If it's someone you know, all right. I mean, you know that person. Just depends on how well you know him. But you get there and say, hey, let's go to this place over here. No, we good. No, we good. Like, I mean, nah.
Wow, that's tough. You don't think we're gonna start missing out on a lot of things? Because a lot of this situation seems a little sketchy. The one that you showed earlier seemed like it might be a little deeper than just a person going over to Mexico. We're just gonna have a good time. Right? It looks a little deeper than that. So a lot of people dabble in the underworld in other countries too, and it's you ain't got a prayer. But like if you go in there, man, from what I experienced, I've been to several countries, not outside of the not overseas, but not outside of the Americas and the Bahamas. It's beautiful, man. The people, most of the people like Guatemala and stuff like that, most of the people are receptive people. They don't have the same mindset. You got aspects of it, but when I went with people I knew, and they kind of like keep you in their village in their little way, and they bring you around, man. It's some of the greatest relaxation that you'll have. I know you said you like the States, but sometimes until you go outside of the States, you really don't even know how stressed you are by just everyday bombardment of like just the aspect of having a TV, right? When I first went to Costa Rica, I was like, man, they ain't got no TV, and they ain't got no TV in here, and they ain't got the hot water, but I also had to keep in mind I was away from the advertisement, from the stigmas, from this, from that. When I came back to the States and I got in my car, turned on the radio, literally was shaking, like it was just bombarded. Come buy this new car. Is your tax down? Are you dealing with high blood pressure? It's like, wow, I didn't have to deal with that. So sometimes it is good to get away, but with somebody you trust.
Facts.
Yeah, like I said, it's different if you know someone there who can take you around, because they're not going to take you anywhere dangerous.
Right.
That's a different story. However, here, not the case. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, say you go to Mexico, like this latest incident in Mexico where these people got caught in the crossfire, got misidentified, and got, some people, were unfortunately taken out of here, and they that was a case of missing identity. But there's a video I saw with two guys driving in the middle of nowhere, Mexico, and they had their iPhone set up in the dash, and they actually ran into the cartel while they were out there, not even sightseeing, because there's nothing to see in Mexico if you're not in the city and the touristy areas. It's just desert. So they ran into the cartel, and the cartel stopped them and pulled them out the car and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, and I think the cartel let them go, and they found it funny because these two guys were queers. And yeah, you can hear them laughing at them. And if you understand, I understand a little Spanish, so I mean, when you hear them, they were making mention of them being queer, right? And they were laughing at it. So the cartel just kind of fucked with them a little bit and let them go. But they were out there doing something, and these guys were just driving and turning, and no clue where they're going. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You get out there, you get caught up. And then you have this one, for example, take the one of the more recent cases where the woman went down to Mexico with her friends that she financed the trip, and her friends beat her to death for whatever reason. We still don't know. And look at how the Mexican police fumbled that investigation and lied. There is no help if you're an American. There is no help coming for you. If you get in trouble, you may get in trouble, you may not. But again, you're not home. You're in completely unfamiliar surroundings. Why would you take chances there that you would not take here? And I think it's because people here, since we're more comfortable with American culture, people know better here. when they go out, they want to explore and see things, but then they forget all about the danger. It's like the danger radar goes out the window. My mother's like that. We'll go to New York and someone said, hey, you want to buy a purse? All right, cool. Where is it? It's back here. My mother will follow this dude in an alley and into a building, up a fucking elevator. Listen, my mother is crazy. That's some shit I would never do by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go with it because she's my mother's insistent, and she's very demanding, and she likes to have her way. She's spoiled, thanks to my dad and her parents. She's spoiled, but crazy. I'm like, there's no way I would have done some shit like that by myself. And I'm a man, and I can handle myself. But you'll never know. You might have 15 dudes around you. You know what I'm saying? You just do not know. It's too risky, and people take risks like that in foreign countries. And like, look at all these white girls who go out there and don't come back. They disappear.
But
and
if you take
the thing is, what is the American? This is like I said, these are young 20, 21, 23-year-old white females. And what does the American government do about it? Nothing, because there's nothing they can do. Again, you get in danger, there's nothing coming to help you.
But you got to look at it from a statistical standpoint too, right? Like, it's way more people that travel without danger.
We don't know what there's no stats keeping up with that. We don't know.
But we know of people who travel like on a regular basis. It's way more people that travel without incidents. Like, it's more dangerous here in a lot of situations.
No, it isn't. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Fair enough. If you want to go there and take risks, cool. It's your life. But remember this. You only got one time to get it wrong, and it's all the way over. You get it wrong once, that's it. That's all the chance you get. That's the margin of error you got. One. You get it wrong one time, that is game over. You still want to take that chance? Be my guest. Again, it's your life. Have fun. Have a good time. Me, on the other hand, no thank you. I'm going to make sure a bunch of stuff is on my tourist itinerary. I'm going to see the important shit. Like my sister and I are going to Greece next year. Okay? We're going to Greece next year. And we're just making sure that all the shit we want to see is on that tour guide. Is on that tour list. So that way we go see the pretty stuff and all the good stuff and go around people and just enjoy the cuisine and stuff like that. The rest of it, yeah, we don't need to see that because Greece is racist. It is not the place to take chances. But their politics, their people are upset, the people riot all the time. No, it's not the move. Not the move. But again, y'all want to take these chances, you go right ahead, but you only get one. That's Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man.
You only get one.
Listen, I want to ask a question. This is totally up NuGrowth. I apologize for asking this while you're up here, but it's irking me. It's irking me. Man, Derailed, you tried to stop the carnage the other day, and you said tighten up, back on message. What happened, man? What's going on? What's going on, man? It's bothering me. And again, you don't even have to answer this question. It's bothering me that that black man came at Von Bryant like that. Again, I know it's on behalf of another person entirely, but man, it's irking my soul. Man, and I want to say, let me rephrase. Don't let me question you. Thank you for trying to stop it and speaking up and saying, let's tighten up and let's get back. I want to say thank you for interrupting that nonsense when it was happening. So that's why I want to say that. It was just, I'll put it like that. That's more respectful. Thank you for interrupting the nonsense, or trying to, when it was going down the other day. Man, because that was, it's just bubbling up, man. It's bubbling up.
The thing is, it's not entirely unwarranted. I'll say that. Vaughn has rubbed him the wrong way, and the unfortunate part is Vaughn doesn't even know how he did it. He doesn't even know that he did it, and he's not convinced that Vaughn didn't know that he was doing that.
All I know,
I know. All you know is what you saw.
Yeah.
However, when he explained it to me, because I've asked him, "What's that about?" and then he explained it to me. I said, "Oh, well." To be honest, I don't think he knows that he even rubbed you the wrong way. I don't think he thinks he's done anything wrong. I said, "This is nothing that can't be fixed with a conversation." I said, "So I think just think the two of you need to talk."
Von Bryant, every time a space I've seen him, man, he's one of the more respectful, peaceable people I've seen. He had this question for the conversation.
He can be, yeah.
I just want to know. I don't want to know. I know enough about Black Man Unfiltered. I've seen enough of him in action. If he felt rubbed the wrong way, all I know is what Vaughn said. That submission conversation is old. That submission conversation is dead. And I listened to that stream long enough to know that nothing new was brought up about submission. So that criticism and that question about we can do better. We can do better if men can't hold men to task or make a suggestion or a critique. Then there's no point in having a Black Man Unfiltered network if you're going to throw a filter on another man who's being respectful in his criticism of your channel and your conversation. So I just
but that's something that's been boiling up for the better part of a year. To be fair, what you saw that night, what you saw that night, it's been boiling over for the better part of a year, and it's one of those things that once someone, you ever notice it with some people when they get upset, say they're upset with you, and now or you did something that rubbed them the wrong way. Now anything you do that remotely reminds that person of that, sets them off or makes them upset about it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, it's something that's been boiling over for the better part of a year. It didn't come out of nowhere. However, that's something that could have been solved long ago. And it's something that can still be solved today if the two would just talk. I mean, but like I said, it's nothing that can't be solved with a conversation. It's an easy fix. You know what I mean? Because again, like I said, Vaughn probably doesn't even know that what he did, that he did. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's the thing. It's probably something that's completely innocent. And
see, what you're saying is factual because Black Man Unfiltered is to me whatever that is to Black Man Unfiltered. He's the person that irks my soul, and every little thing he does gets on my nerves. I can't stand his clips. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand his jokes. Everything he does just gets under my skin for some reason. And is it when he started cussing at Vaughn, I was like, I want to go with this guy. I don't even know why he irks me the way he does, but I hear what you're saying. It's not my business, except for the fact that I saw it publicly.
Yeah, I got you. To answer Nate, it's direct knowledge. It's not secondhand at all. I know what it is, and for me, it's something small. It's nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I can only speak for myself. It's not something that would have made me upset or anything like that, because Vaughn has criticized me on other panels, and like to me, I'm like, oh, okay, then cool. But when I listen to that, I listen for, okay, what's he saying that I'm doing wrong? Like Vaughn's heard me. I've heard Vaughn criticize me. Vaughn doesn't even know I'm listening. I'm ghost watching. But what I'm listening for is, okay, what is he saying that I'm doing wrong? Okay, is that something that I need to change? Okay, it is. So let me work on that. Is he right? You know what I'm saying? Because someone could say the nastiest things about you, but be absolutely correct about it. You know, and that's what you have to cipher through. Is this person saying these things to be malicious, or are they just giving the honest critique of your conduct? So there it is. But he and I are two different individuals. I know him I have a different relationship with him than you do. Fact. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him off camera. I've met him in person. I met Sir Hill in person. Sir Hill and I worked out together several times. You know, that's a big individual, by the way. That is a big human being in real life. Sir Hale, that is a large human being in person. Okay, I knew he was gonna be. He had some size on him. You can tell by seeing him online. I didn't know he was gonna be that big. That is a large human being, man. I mean, and he can push some weight too. The muscles are not for no reason. He's strong. But yeah, Sir Hale is strong. Y'all can grab him if you want to. Okay. But like I said, one thing is with Vaughn, I understand, but it's nothing the two of you can't solve with a conversation. And I guarantee you, all it would take is one conversation, and that whole thing would be squashed. End of story. It'll be end of story. Like I mean, because once they both, he said, "Well, Vaughn, you did X, Y, and Z, and I saw you do this, and I heard you say that." Well, here, okay, I heard. I hear you. Well, I didn't mean. I guarantee you, Vaughn would. Well, I didn't say those things to be hurtful. I was saying these things because this is what I saw, and these are the things I thought you could improve, and blah blah blah. Because I've talked to Vaughn as well, and Vaughn didn't know it, but I was probing him to find out why he was saying things about me that he was saying. And once, again, one conversation is all it took, Arshawn. Once I pointed that, okay, he's just voicing his opinion on what he thought my conduct was that night. Okay, so this guy isn't trying to be a dick about it. He's just being honest. Okay, cool. Now let me see. Is he right about that? Okay, fair enough. So let's do some stuff. Maybe there's some of that I can change. You know what I'm saying? So, and I guarantee that's really the conversation between the two. It'll be one conversation. They both squash it. It'll be like a moot issue from then on. The funny thing is, why neither one of them would take the steps to schedule a conversation about it? I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying.
I think things have been said on both sides to hurt one another, and they both now it's to the point where they both rubbed each other the wrong way. And so, I think it's at the point now they both rubbed each other the wrong way, and they're both have no interest in reconciling, which is unfortunate. Because I remember when I first showed up, he really did love Vaughn. He loved it.
You said that past tense. You said that past tense like a mug.
He's upset with him now, though.
Jesus Christ.
But can I ask a question? Just as us as men, just men on here, grown men. Do y'all agree that we all have like a certain type of energy? Just men have certain energy. I think YouTube, sometimes we try to become so loving, so cavalier, and so overlooking. It builds up a something inside of us. Because I remember when Black Man first started, I was there. Von Bryant was there, and Von Bryant would be there all the time. It was like once he got to a point. I'm not saying that, but that's just all people. Once you get to a point, you develop a little more egotistical. You get the point. That's just life. But sometimes when we don't check it or somebody don't check us, it gets to the point that we say things that we really don't mean, and we forget where we started from. So, Mandrew, let me ask you this: you said it happened a year ago. So if Black Man,
part of a year, yeah, for the better part of a year, it ain't quite a year, but
so Black Man would have just said, "Hey, Vaughn, what's going on, man? I feel like what's going on? We good?" Like, do you think that was said?
I don't know, so I can't speak to that.
No, I'm just saying, do you think it was?
I'm not doing a fence thing in a. I'm not straddling the fence. Okay. Do I think that was said? Again, I would say I don't know. I don't think it has, to answer your question.
Right.
I don't think it has been done, but I can't. But to be honest, I can't speak to it. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I can't give you a definitive yes or no. Do I think so? I don't think so. But do I believe whatever? So I don't. Again, and I don't think it was. I can't. It was, like I said, it's something that's been boiling over for the better part of a year. So a reaction like that was bound to happen at some point.
Not if you a grown man. Not if you all this maturity and all this growth and all this, man. Listen, I hear what you're saying, but I've had the opportunity to observe both men in a lot of different spaces. I've seen both of them bubble up over different things. I've been timed out by Von Bryant in Black Man Unfiltered's chat for being slightly critical. Being mildly trolly, mild, no name calling, no cussing. I don't cuss in people's chats. And I got timed out. This man protected Black Man Unfiltered space.
Facts.
From me. Okay, so I saw, even after being cussed out, he came as still the moderator in Black Man Unfiltered space and was moderating and greeting people. My issue is allegedly we're having spaces where men are teaching men. We're teaching men manhood. We're teaching men masculinity. We're critiquing people's manhood and masculinity based upon the way they dress and the way they move their hands, neck, and their voices. If we're going to stand up and say we're a space for Black manhood, Black masculinity, growth, and development, I swear to God, we need to have a certain standard and exemplification of what that looks like. Letting something fester within yourself for a year,
right,
against somebody who is as peaceable and respectable and respectful as Von Bryant, regardless if you don't like the way he moves or not, regardless, to blow up publicly the way you did and calling him out of his name is problematic. There's no excuse for it. And that whole thing, there seems to be some kind of ethic that y'all keep espousing over there about, us men, we can say whatever. We can go toe to toe and say whatever we want. And at the end of the day, if we all laugh at the end, it's all good. No, man, you don't get to call me all kinds of bitches. Right. And at the end, because you laugh, it makes everything okay. And the next day we kiki and ha ha. That's not okay. That's not manhood and masculinity. That's some bully high school behavior, is what it is. Oh, as long as we high five at the end, it's okay. No, because you just put on a display of what manhood and masculinity is for the world to see. You're the example. Now, going forward, my issue is, that's a different conversation. I ain't even gonna go there. That's my problem with Black Man and the way he treated Brother Vaughn. Whatever the issue was, like if it's so small that it could be handled with the conversation, to blow up the way he did is deeply troublesome and indicative of the kind of character that I told you he had. And I know that's your friend, and I know you keep speaking and vouching for his character, but I promise you, the longer this goes on, and again, that's something else. That's another conversation I'll have with you if I ever need to have it. But this is a problem. It needs to be spoken to with Black Man by the people that say they're his friend. And I don't know that you didn't do it, but it needs to be done. Because if that's acceptable, anybody that continues to breathe air in that space is under indictment by anybody that has any character or moral fiber. Now, again, that's just me, my opinion, and what I feel about manhood and masculinity being exemplified for people who are saying that that's what they're doing. And again, that's my vent. I think that's what's bubbling up in me and what's bothering me. Yeah, Brother Vaughn, you can come on up. I think it was.
No, when I was saying it could be settled with one conversation, that's for me. Like for me, it's something like if I was in those shoes, it really is something that I would be able to settle in one conversation.
Alonzo Hall.
I can't speak for these two gentlemen.
Brother
you know what I'm saying? However, to me, I'm like, okay, I think it's more so a misunderstanding more so than anything else. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so a misunderstanding more so than anything else. It might not be.
Yeah, whatever it is.
But whatever it is, I'm like, it can't be that serious.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I heard, I was like, yeah, but why does it bother you so?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, why does it bother you so?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think both of them. I think both of them are standing on principles, right? They kind of defer, right? Their principles, the way that they see things, and we all do this. We all become so strong behind our principles that it becomes like a head-on collision, and we take it personal. It's not really that. I don't really think that they going at it. It's just I stand on this, and I disagree heavily with what you're talking about, and vice versa. And then it becomes, okay, well, you're attacking my platform or my movement. I think that's silly. I think that, yeah, black man, I don't have no disrespect for him. He's shown some ways, but I still love him. He's still a cool dude. But as a young man in our same generation, he has to say, "Yo, OG, what's going on, man? You got a problem with me? Blah blah blah." And that's what it'll happen, and you will find out. But we can't be calling ourselves grown men and don't want to confront an issue and then explode like children. What's up, Brother Vaughn?
Hey, what's going on?
And first, Brother Vaughn, I apologize for putting you in this space the way I did, but for some reason, personally, it's bothering me, and I know it's because I have Black Man Unfiltered makes me itch for whatever reason. He bothers me, and again, I don't mean to put y'all in a space because I know each of y'all have different relationships with this man. I just can't ever imagine sitting down and having a friendly conversation with him. But those of y'all that do, I'm trying to reel myself in to not put y'all in too weird of a space, because I know he be watching and talk about where y'all be at and that y'all bitches for where y'all be at. So I don't want to put y'all in too weird.
No. The thing is, me, I don't care.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm gonna try to maintain a little. I'm gonna try to control myself a little bit. Is what I'm trying to say. But Brother Vaughn, I apologize for bringing it up because it was you and his business. But it's bubbling in my spirit, man.
Well, actually, I think it's everybody's business because it was put out there for everybody to hear, And so my twist and take on it is this, and I noticed a certain pattern, over there. If you don't agree with them, then you're attacked.
Well, no,
that's
not
just
necessarily.
That's not a well.
I'm not
Hold on,
disagree all the time.
Mandrell, you can disagree with me, sir. I'm just simply stating my observations.
Nothing wrong
because
with that.
I'm not the only person that sees that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I didn't come up here to argue or to, fuss about it. The Bible even talks about think it very strange when all men speak well of you. And so I get that concept. Everybody's not going to like me. Everybody's not going to be on my side. I get it. But the manner of disrespect that's displayed is definitely unacceptable. Whatever I have said to this brother, and I've never really spoken to him in person or over the phone, whatever I have relayed or conveyed to him has been in the chat. And I have always been as honest as I possibly could be, So yeah, I feel a certain way about it. My wife sat here and she was listening to that, and she knows how much work that I put in his channel moderating for him.
Yes.
You see. And so for you to treat an individual that supports your channel that way, that says a lot about your character as far as I'm concerned. Now, yes, I said the exact same things that Information Man Show said when he first got on the stream. So I'm trying to figure out what was the difference in me saying basically the same thing. The conversation is very repetitious. And why are we going around the same thing over and over again? I'm not gaining anything. I'm not being fruitful from it. So, my thing is, hey, listen, no hard feelings. I've been called worse. You see what I'm saying? But I do know that I do come in peace. And he had several people in his chat that were making comments. And never once did he call them out and call them out of their name. So I did realize on that stream that, yeah, apparently he does have it out for me for whatever reason, Now, am I really open to a conversation concerning this particular issue? Maybe not at the moment. I'll have to wait on that for a minute. because I don't take that lightly when you disrespect me that way, especially when I'm giving you respect. You have people on your panel that are saying way worse than what I'm saying. But what I notice is that whenever somebody disagrees, now you're a bitch. You see, now you're acting like a bitch. What is that? Somebody explain that to me. If grown men are having a conversation, then we should be respectful in doing so. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit embarrassing. My wife had to sit here and listen to that. My son listened to that. You see what I'm saying? I think about what I say before I try to speak on something. And if I'm ill-informed, then I try to sit back and ask questions. So yeah, and all of this stuff about I'm on some female's channel and I'm always over there supporting them. Listen, I go to Brother Clarence's channel, and whenever I'm in the chat anywhere, what do I say? Peace, blessings, longevity, prosperity. I don't know about all this go girl, girl this and girl. I don't even talk like that. So it's kind of like you're showing out in front of all of your guests in your company. I get it. I'm beyond that. Speak to me with respect as a man should do to another man. So I don't make any excuses for it. So I just wanted to come up and just share that.
I appreciate you, Brother Vaughn, for speaking on it from your own voice, man. I appreciate it. And again, I do apologize for putting it out there on, but it's just, I don't even know why it's irking me so much, man. But once I saw it, I'm like, man, Brother Vaughn has been one of the most respectful
I'm very disappointed by it. I'm very actually disappointed by it. You see what I'm saying? It was very disgusting to me. I wouldn't imagine addressing him that way, even if I'm speaking to him and we disagree. So why am I a bitch because I disagree with you? Is that our go-to place?
And I don't even know that you disagree. You just said the submission conversation was tired. That wasn't even indicative of him. That's
he read what I wrote in the chat.
He did.
Yeah, he read exactly what I wrote in the chat. I don't just write things in the chat because I'm trolling.
Yeah.
I thought it was some constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Because you're on the air talking about me and what I should do. Maybe that's your form of constructive criticism. I'm not sure.
Well, listen, Brother Vaughn, as a younger guy to you, I really appreciate everything. You one of the people that, like you said, man, I checked out your chat. Man, I really appreciate that because you indicative of what I want to be. That's what I want to grow into. You, Brother Clarence, Rico, all of y'all, man, and this is like, at some point in time, we have to respect that. And then even if we have a problem, I gotta confront you like a man, right? Mm-hmm. And leave it at that. But man, I apologize for that on behalf of our generation. Point blank. You gotta respect. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, and like I said, I wanna make this very clear. There's no hard feelings.
Right.
It's just when people do that, it does cause me to distance myself. You see, because I don't take kindly to that. I don't speak to my family members, my wife that way. How dare you get on a public platform and disgrace me that way? I would have never taken that type of approach. I don't care if I didn't like what you said. I mean, like I said, I've seen people on his panels say far worse things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. So
yeah, Mandrell, hey, listen, no hard feelings, sir. And I know that you're part of his network, and I did support your channel last night because I'm not that type of person.
Right.
I was in your space last night because that was your platform. And I respect exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. I was in the chat too. I don't like that cat.
Yeah, and I appreciate the variety that you provide as far as content.
Yeah, I even read your comment in the chat, and I did it in your voice. Well, trying to get you. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that voice, Vaughn. I'm gonna get that voice, Vaughn.
Yeah. But one thing, I don't hold
But-
any animosity in my heart toward this brother, you know, because listen, like I said, I've been called far worse than that. You see what I'm saying? But as you get a little older, you learn how to do different things and move different ways. And at this particular age, I just don't see myself disrespecting people that way just because I have an issue or you see what I'm saying? Now, if you do something to my family, of course, well then, you know,
That's a different story.
That's a whole nother story. You see what I'm saying? But for my family to see you disrespect me that way, see what I'm saying? That I have a problem with that, man. I definitely have a problem with that. And
what I'm
and let me just say this real quick. And the funny part is this brother keeps telling everybody that I be in these women's chat and I be on these women's panels. Well, how absolutely do you know that unless you're over
Without
there
being
yourself?
in the women's channels.
Come on, man. You're on a woman's channel every week, aren't you? Isn't he on a woman's panel? Sitting right next to a female, right?
Excuse me, sorry.
I have much respect for a security boss. But why are you questioning what I do? I don't get that.
At some point, you got to understand.
I must digress.
Hey, you got to understand, Brother Vaughn. Like a lot of times, you like you said, a lot of us are here for certain purposes. But other people are here for other purposes as well. They here to protect their brand. They here to grow their brand. They have mentors who are making nice money off of this, right? So anybody that comes with anything that's opposing their movement forward, you a problem. And you might not even see it that way. You there for constructive comment. You actually there trying to help the people or saying, hey, can we try something different? It's like, this guy's coming against my brand. This guy's trying to stop my money. It's like the dope game now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's a brother out there named I seen your little podcast, and let me tell you, podcast is he is absolutely singular, and like even Freezy asked him one day. He said, "It seemed like you're trying to bring like street code to YouTube." He said, "Yeah." He said, "You can't." Freezy's like, "But you can't do that though." Why not? Because it don't work. But he didn't listen, and it cost him a lot. But that's not what Black Man Unfiltered is doing. But my thing is, like I said, Vaughn, it's something you did, and I'll leave that to you two gentlemen to talk about. Like I said, I don't even think you meant any harm at all. I'm like, bro, that's something you can just. That's a.
Well,
phone, that's a I was like, bro, that's a phone conversation.
Well, listen, come on. Let's be honest.
I told him, bro,
he's a content creator. Wait, hold on now. He's a content creator. He says everything that he wants to say out of his mouth, regardless to how you feel about it, what you think about it. And he has the absolute right to do that. Is that correct, Mandrell?
I mean, it is his channel. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Now, do we not, as non-content creators, have the same right to say what's on our mind, whether we agree or disagree? I thought that's what these panels were about, to try to have a conversation. Am I supposed to be in some type of echo chamber where I disagree with everything that you say?
No. I don't think it's not that you disagree with him or anything like that.
Well, it was wrong, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're trying to fix it.
I'm not trying to. The thing is, I'm not trying to fix it. That's why you heard me try to stop it.
Yeah. And listen,
because it was over the line.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate. I wanted to say that to you as well. I appreciate you doing that. Because I'm sitting here like, wow, we're listening, and I'm like, well, what's going on? Yeah. But hey, things happen. I think about it. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Well, why shouldn't I say it? I'm not going to sit. If I'm going to be a part of your stream, by all means, let me be a part of your stream. And everybody doesn't cam up. I'm sorry. Everybody doesn't get on the camera. You invite We Ain't Signing up there every single time he shows up, and he's never on camera.
And he disagrees. That's the thing. I don't think it's about the disagreement because we ain't signing. He disagrees all the time to the point where we're like, damn, we ain't signing.
Yeah, I get it. That listen, that happens
Yeah, he
in a
agrees
conversation.
sometimes, but he does disagree a lot. But
well, I just want to say, Brother Arshawn, I appreciate you a great deal, for even bringing attention to this because I knew how it made me feel, but you let me know how it made some other people feel as well, and so I appreciate that. I appreciate you, sir, for doing that.
Definitely, Brother Vaughn. I promise you. Yeah, I didn't even mean to make it about you today, but I don't know why. Ever since I saw it. Now, again, I didn't like him before. I definitely don't like him now. But I know that's Mandrell's boy. That's his friend. They close. Cool. So I ain't going to say nothing too crazy. I ain't going to say nothing too wild.
No, here's the thing. Say what you want about him. You're not going to offend me by it at all. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to get offended. Oh, you said something about my friend. I'm not picking sides. I'm not going to pick sides.
Yeah. No.
That's
my
childish.
thing is that's not what I'm saying. I've seen you operate, Mandrell, and you keep it neutral. You're Switzerland. You're very Switzerland.
Right.
What I'm saying is,
if I have an issue with you, then that's my issue with you. You have an issue with someone else. That's your issue with them.
Yeah. My restraint was not on that point. My restraint is not on you being offended. My restraint is on. I know the other person's disposition is so weak that I don't want to offend them by my tongue and have them look at you funny because you stood present while I talked about them the way I truly feel. So it's not really about you. It's about I've seen the weak in that man. I see the weakness. I see the fetal position he's in mentally. I see it. There was no reason to ever come across like that to Vaughn or to a lot of other people that he's come across like that, except for the fact that he's in such a weak and inferior position in his own mind. It offends me. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth when I hear and when I see him move, when I hear the way he talks, when I see him come at women, and then when somebody says you're coming at women, he says, I didn't come at women. I ain't never said nothing about women, but we got it on video. You're on video. You say everything publicly. Like it annoys the mess out of me that somebody could stand in front of a camera day after day, say what they say, and then throw the rock and then hide. I didn't do this. I never said. My grandma said never to put names on nothing, but you'll sit up there and talk about them stream after stream. So when I talk about you, Black Man Unfiltered, I'm talking about you. I'm not going to say I'm talking about some content creator. It's you. You're a problem. I don't understand how so many people can watch somebody operate the way they operate week after week, month after month. And like you said, this has been going on a year. You see them operate the way they do for a full year, and everybody's okay with it. This is the example of manhood and masculinity that y'all are preaching to young boys or to younger men. I don't understand it. It's an indictment. It's an indictment on all of y'all, in my opinion. But I said I was going to calm down. It irks my soul. It irks my soul that y'all are cool with it. And if I'm being honest,
no one said we was cool with it now.
But you are. You're there. You're present.
That doesn't mean I'm cool with it.
The hell? If I
that doesn't mean I'm cool with it, Arshawn.
If I go to a KKK rally and I bring the cupcakes, nigga, I'm cool with it.
Now that's a
slices.
Wow.
That doesn't mean you're cool with it, Arshawn.
If I bring the gasoline for the cross burning.
Interesting analogy.
That's a different story. The gasoline for the cross burning, but just being there doesn't make you cool with it. That's why I said something.
Mandrell, if you catch a stray on one day, that's one thing.
And I said
but
something
if you
to
come
him.
back,
And I said
if you say,
something
hey,
to him. I also said something to him that night, Arshawn.
When's the next clan meeting? When's the next clan meeting? Next week. I'll be there. You're cool with it. You're cool with it. And what I'm saying is that's my feeling. You have to be condemned within yourself for it to be a problem for you. I can only judge you from my position. I'm not cool with it. But I understand that y'all have a different perspective. I understand the whole Christian ethic of, sometimes you got to go into spaces that are hostile to preach the gospel and do some. I get that. I get the whole, I've got to save the system from within. I've heard, I'm the spook that sat by the door. I've heard everything. I promise you. I've lived long enough to hear a lot of bullshit. But what I want you to know is, Mandrell, I like you, but you're bringing the cupcakes. You brought the cupcakes. With sprinkles. But it's your right to do so. It's Vaughn's right to moderate over there. It's Vaughn's right to be cool. It's everybody's right. It's everybody's right. Because again, I've come just to support you in a person's chat that I don't like the guy. I just don't. But again, that's my position. Nobody has to take it with me. And nobody has to take it with me to the detriment of like, you got to choose me or him. I'm not that guy. But I'm looking at you funny.
Gotcha.
But that's all. That's
no,
all.
the thing is, I understand Arshawn's position. I do, because I've been in that position too before, but I've seen someone do something that's just like, bruh, this is a crime against humanity. And everyone's okay with this? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm looking at everyone else, like what
Complicity?
The actual, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you excuse this?
Well, me
You know what I'm
me
saying?
personally, and I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm definitely going to have to pull back, from that space because, for you to speak the way that he did about me, I just, it doesn't sit well with me. And listen, I'm a person that definitely gives respect. Anytime that I'm on a panel with the individual, and listen, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in the past, but I do know how to come back and say, hey, maybe I was a little hasty when I said this or that or the other. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't owe me anything. It's just basically you've already shown who you are. You see what I'm saying? And so now I have to question myself as to why I'm there, and Arshawn made a very good point about that. So I'm going to have to be very careful with where I represent myself at. See, because I give respect and I demand it. Sorry. Hey, if you have a problem with it, let me either remove you or remove myself. That's how I flow. That's how I do. So listen, no animosity at all. For me, animosity is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. So I'm not going to harbor any resentment. You see what I'm saying? And I definitely have forgiveness. That goes without saying. I can easily forgive a person. But believe me, I'm watching. I'm watching you.
Yeah.
So, Mandrell, can I ask you a question?
Go right ahead.
So, I mean, this is a certain incident, but do you see a pattern of this? I mean, just be honest. Do you see a pattern of this behavior?
Are you asking me or
no,
Mandrell?
He's asking me.
Oh.
The thing is, again, I've met this person in person, and I met his family. I've seen his family, him in the element of his family, and I'm not saying that's made a soft spot for me. Bullshit is bullshit, and I'm gonna call it just that. You know what I'm saying? If you're wrong, you're wrong. But I recognize what that is and where it comes from. So it's like, okay, all right, I understand it. So and plus the friendship does count to some degree.
Of course.
So I'm willing to give him a little bit more grace because I've seen him in a different light and in a different element, in a different space than most everyone else has. You know what I mean? And I can recognize what that behavior is. Where it comes from, I can't say that now. I don't know. But I do recognize what it is. It's because I've spent years in therapy. I'm in therapy now. I think everyone should do that just to flush some stuff out.
Right.
Everyone should get therapy every now and again. But and I want to see he's a black man he really is a good father. And all the stuff he says he does for his kids and for his wife, he really does do that. He really does. And I'm just like, okay, there's so few of us who do this kind of stuff. I mean, I want to see the guy win but it can't be winning because we had talks about his content and what direction the channel was going to go. I said, and there's been times where I told him we can't go in that direction.
Right.
If you go that direction with it, I can't go with you.
Right.
I'll show up at your panels. I'll be in your chat. I'll support you, but I can't go in that direction.
Right. Yeah, that's all. That's all I was really asking. It's like because I don't know the dude, but I think when I seen her, like I said, me and Vaughn and was over there. I think before you even came over there, but he's a good. I like him. I like him.
Yeah,
I like him
He's a good guy. Like what I'm saying
right.
is what I brought my last point when I said that there's things directions that we were just brainstorming and talking back and forth what direction to go take the channel. And I told him, I can't go there. I'm not going to go there with you. It shows me that he's willing to see reason. He's willing to see logic. You know what I'm saying? He's not, and I get it, Arshawn. He rubs you the wrong way. You don't like him. I get it, but he's not all bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no!
I mean, rubbing. It'd be like every time I see and hear him, he's just rubbing me all up in my face. I'm like, why? Why?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, I to Arshawn's point, I do understand Arshawn's point. You know, there's just some people that you're just not gonna like or not gonna get along with. Right. That's just life. Fair. You know, that's just life. You know, I mean, I wish that Arshawn knew the guy that I know. I think his perspective would change, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it won't overshadow what Arshawn's seen.
So let me ask you this, Mandrell.
I've seen it happen too, but I mean, it's just.
Mandrell, let me ask you this: is the guy that we see the guy that you know? Like, do you think the guy that we see now is like more of a character now, as opposed to who he really is? Because I'm just be honest. Like, I love the show. I would be over there every before he had 1,000 subscribers, I would be over there. But it seems like he's morphed into something else. Would you agree, or is it? And I think that's what Arshawn was trying to say. Like, you as a close friend, like as somebody standing next to him, you have to check him. Like, look, bro, you're doing too much. I know what you want, but that's Vaughn. You remember Vaughn was here when you had not enough subscribers? You remember Vaughn would be out there, and you remember this? Like, I don't care if you disagree with what he's saying. This is a certain amount. He part of the foundation. You know, Vaughn, you cutting in the foundation of what you built. But I think sometimes we get to a point where nobody checks us. We allow it. And I'm not saying you allow it, you know it's wrong, but you got to say, hey, man, you tripping. And that might mean, do you think that would destroy y'all relationship?
No, because I told him when he was wrong before.
Okay.
Yeah, he's willing to take criticism.
Shout out, Mr. She said.
But I don't understand, like Vaughn. I'm sorry, I don't know. And it's like I told him myself. I said, man, listen, it's a conversation that can be solved with one phone conversation. I said, you're both mature enough to have that conversation. I said, because to me, I think you're blowing it out of proportions. That's just my thing about it. I said that's just the way I see it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think, because see, for me, intentions is the big thing for me. What was your intent behind what you said? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like that with everyone.
Listen, Mandrell. Mm-hmm. I thought it was very clear what the intent.
Well, no, I know it wasn't.
He even read it and repeated it. Well, he read it and he repeated it himself. So there shouldn't be an issue or confusion about what I said. I stand behind what I said still, right now. Stand behind it.
Not a problem. I think it may be something that you said a while back that he probably took the wrong way. That's what I mean.
I've never said anything concerning his character or to try to undermine his masculinity or his manhood. I've never disrespected this brother that way.
Fair enough.
And so, see, now I might want to leave the conversation because it pisses me off when people see one thing one way and it's actually another way. Now, this brother displays who he is all through the week, and everybody can see it. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the chat. I'm not on everybody's panel. You can catch me over there at Brother Clarence's when he's on. It's not too many people panel I get on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. I know you're trying to fix it in a way to where, well, Brother Vaughn, you had to have done something.
No, it's not. No. That's not what I'm saying, Vaughn.
That's where we're going to be in disagreement.
I get it. No, Vaun. What I'm saying is, Vaun.
I'm sure will sound like
No. What I'm saying is, Yella. What's up, Yella? What I'm saying is,
what's up,
Yella?
Vaun, you did do something that rubbed him the wrong way.
Okay, so now listen. If I become your enemy because I tell you the truth, then that's the issue that you have.
Facts.
And when I tell the truth or try to share it, I try to do it in love because I don't want to weaponize it. But sometimes when you're speaking through text, people can't feel your emotion, and I get that. So I try to be even more careful about that. But yeah, hey, I get it. Like you say, I must have done something. Well, I need to go back and examine.
It's not a must have. I mean, I know like he and I've talked about it because I've asked him about this.
Well, because I always question. Well, listen, because I question him about his content.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why have a listener if you're not willing to listen to what they have to say about your content? Aren't you a content creator? Do we have an opinion about the content that you're creating? Well, okay, Brother Arshawn, I don't know now. It looked like you're talking about the same thing for the past 5 months. I mean, can we switch it up a little bit?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can we change it up?
Different. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't have to be rude about it. I don't have to be rude about it. But for you to have that much, listen, what it sounded like was that he has a hatred for me.
Yeah, that sounded hostile.
And that's exactly how it sounded. And I know when people dislike me, and I know when people hate me too.
Come on with it.
I haven't been on this earth this long not to be able to detect that, brother Mandrell.
Well,
and I have not done anything. Listen,
it's not so severe that he hates
anything
you. It's not
that warrants hatred.
Man,
he doesn't hate Vaughn. He does. He's just.
Now here's the problem, Mandrell. Here's the problem.
Here's
the problem. Here's like just on a very definition level. I want to bring Yella and OG in. Hello, OG Patrice. Good to see you again. And Yella.
Hey, how y'all doing? I come up here. I come up here to tell Mandrell my issue with him.
Okay. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
that. I'm just kidding. Y'all go ahead.
Look.
But my thing is, Mandrell, I hear what you're saying. That it's not hate.
Piano case.
But the problem is hate stands in opposition of love or apathy. Like, so there's love. That wasn't love. It wasn't apathy, because apathy is I just don't care. The energy wouldn't have came up. The energy wouldn't have rose for apathy. So it wasn't love. That wasn't apathy. That came from a place of hate. That was a angry, that was a hateful, that was a rageful thing. Because not only did he call him out for a fair criticism, even if he didn't think it was fair, he could have just ignored it. He decided to put him on public display, call him a bitch or bitch-like multiple times, try to also kind of infer some level of femininity. Like you be up there, hey girl, hey, whatever he said. I can't remember how he did it.
Exactly. Wow.
So all of those things, none of that is love. And that's not just anger. Because see, I've called people out with some irritation or anger for things that they've said in the chat. And what I don't do is start calling them bitches or start inferring that they're gay or women or whatever other insult that I'm trying to think of. Now, the one thing I have done, I started saying something that somebody said was stupid. What you said was stupid. That's okay. If I that's a return. What you said, your criticism of me was stupid. That I'm judging your criticism, but I'm not judging you. So although, and that's what I mean by character, Mandrell. And when I say about you and your judge of character, because you're saying that didn't come from a place of hate. Well, then where did it come from? Because it wasn't love and it wasn't apathy. The only place left for that level of fuel to have come from would have been some level of animus. We don't have to put the word hate on it, but there was some animosity.
Yeah, I didn't say
and you
that.
said
I didn't say. Yeah,
Okay,
there's a thing. I didn't
agree.
say. I didn't say it came from a place of love. I didn't say that. He wasn't mad at Vaughn. I mean, it's more so he was hurt.
Hello.
It's more so that he was hurt.
Hurt turns to
it's
hate
something
real
he has.
fast.
It came from a place of hurt more so than anything else.
Yeah, well,
That's what.
And
the thing is, it just right. He let it linger, and it kind of last night. Not last night, but the night before, it just kind of boiled over. Where like Vaughn could have dropped a flower on the floor, and then you might have gotten the same reaction.
Wow.
I mean,
listen, and you know what, Mandrill? Let me just say this. I had no idea that it was that deep like that. You see what I'm saying? I've made comments before, and he's highlighted some of my comments. I said, "Oh boy, he didn't like what I said that time," but it was from my heart. It was what I felt. It was my opinion, which is what I thought that we're supposed to do when we're in the chat or on a panel. Is share our opinions, whether you agree with them or not. So, but when I saw that, that definitely let me know that, whoa, I need to take a better look at this now. Because see, I don't want to be in a space with anybody that regards me that way. Because now I can't trust you. You call me out and try to undermine, my manhood and masculinity. You have the LGBTQ people on your panel, and they're speaking their exact minds, and you have little to say to them. So I'm trying to figure that math out as well.
But real quick, Yella and OG came up. I want to get them in real quick, and I know Yella be here, so I'm gonna start with OG because I ain't seen you in a minute, young lady. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing real well. What you go ahead and tell Mandrill how you feel about it. Tell him you like
and
that.
Mandrill, and another thing. No, anyway. No, I just, as someone that has been in these YouTube streets now for 3 years, met and rock with a lot of y'all. Y'all know if I'm in your space at some capacity, that means I rock with you, right? And I ain't always got to agree, but if it's something where to the point where we can't agree to disagree, and if I got a thing or feel a way about something that you said or done, and I don't know it, and I let it fester for a year, that's problematic, right? When we are on these panels talking about how we trying to man up, woman up, find the solutions, right? So I get it. That shouldn't have never been festered. And for you, Mandrill, to say you know what it is, meaning that there are backdoor conversations that are being had, that there are texting and phone calls and back panel discussions. You understand about things. And is anyone saying in that atmosphere, let's bring it to the table with this person and let's talk about it? See, because I was on a back panel discussion, on Black Man Unfiltered's chat. You were there, Mandrill. That's when me and Brother Nathan Daly had the issue. See, and I know how that went. I felt the whole vibe. When I was told, yeah, you want to talk about it behind the scenes, I said, I don't mind talking to Brother Nathan behind the scenes. But when I got back, there was 9 of y'all back there. See, so I understand how texting and phone calls and conversations and back panels are being had about a subject when you disagree with someone. That brother disrespected me on that panel. Not one man stood up. He went on another panel, did the same thing, all because I disagreed with him. Nobody stood up and said, bro, whoa, you wrong. Not only, I'm old enough to be his mother. My son is older than Nathan Daly. You understand? So I'm going to keep it 100 a buck. And then he got on another young lady's panel and did the same thing. and said if I said his name one more time, how he was going to expose me. So, see, I know that conversations are being had about things, about people feeling a way about people. And because you rock with that person, you acquiesce into the frame of mind and thought that they have. And me, per se, ain't done nothing to nobody. I ain't even done nothing to Nate. I just disagreed with him. And he
Who,
had a
Nathan?
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Nathan.
tell yeah, yeah.
And
Now,
he had a
that one,
problem with it.
I told Nathan he was dead wrong for that.
Okay, 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 okay.
I did flat out. I told him full throated, Nate, you was wrong for
Okay,
that.
okay. And then check this. And then I just happened to be scrolling through the algorithms, and I see my brother who I've been rocking with since he had 5 subscribers, right? And that's Black Man Unfiltered. And he got over there on his panel and he said something about, oh, yeah, your girl said blah, blah, blah. And when I called him out about it on Brother Clarence's, he went, well, I didn't mean it like that. And maybe he didn't. But see, like you said, you don't know who's listening in the background. So when you're having these type of conversations and you have an issue with someone, it needs to be nipped in the bud and brought to the forefront right in the beginning.
It's a conversation.
I'm gonna give you, yeah, it's a conversation.
Like I said, this whole thing with him and Vaughn, it's a phone call. It's a phone call. This whole thing with him and Vaughn, it really is just a phone call.
Exactly.
It really, like I kid you not, and because it comes from a place like
Vaughn,
when he saw Vaughn doing that, it hurt him, and you can tell.
Okay,
and
well,
that's why all that the other night came from with him.
That's just like when that happened, and I wasn't there, I didn't see it, but I ended up watching it later, and I watched the reaction of all the men there. You were the only one that said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Like slow down, slow down. I watched older men on that panel. He didn't say nothing. One particular man, just as old as I am, on there, and I watch him all the time. And then I noticed he never, hey, young buck, don't do that. That's disrespectful. Da 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 da. Like, check where is the accountability for these men? I went now, mind you, I already was felt that the lead attorney had an issue with me, and I met most of these people. Now I know, I said, well, maybe it's me because I ain't done nothing to him and he ain't done nothing to me. I go up on this panel last night because he was talking about the brother with the 7 kids by 7 different mamas now. And I was going to, rock with him. I hadn't been over there in a while, but see, I know that there's certain conversations that's been had to him that's swaying his opinion about me. I'm not, see, when we say we know things, and you know what he did? He asked me to cam up, and now the other people back there to cam up, we all cammed up. He went through that whole show and didn't bring nobody up, and we were up back there for hours. And he closed the show with all us back there. Never said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I can't bring y'all up. But see, and I don't care how big his platform is, I give 0 fucks. Because he don't make or break me. I once didn't know him, just like I once didn't know none of y'all. And I have no problem with that. But I just noticed that when you rock with people and you like a person and you have a conversation, when one person got a problem with one person and that person ain't never did nothing to you, they have a problem with everybody that you have a problem with. And that's just really funny to me. We all grown. And this is why I don't let nobody tell me where to go, who panel to be on, who to rock with. But in these spaces, that's how it is. Oh, you go over there, rock with them. You know they my enemy. I don't do it. Stop it. We all grown here. Grow up. And that's what needs to happen. And that's when these conversations need to be had. And now I digress for a minute.
Now,
appreciate you, OG. Now, what, Mandrill?
Mandrill.
If you now listen, let me preface this. If you say one more time about there was something happened a year ago. if you repeat the same thing one more time, Mandrill, to defend this man.
I'm not defending him.
If you can speak.
No, I'm not defending him. He can speak.
But you are.
He can stand on his own too about it.
Okay,
The thing is, I just wanted to give you perspective as to what there was. Like, that didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Vaughn Bryant made a comment and he didn't like the comment and then he just blew up. No, I was like, no, that's actually been boiling over for quite some time now.
Right, and that's what I mean. That's what I didn't want to hear again because you said that about 15 times. We've heard that. Thank you, Mandrill. We appreciate it. It's been bubbling up. We got you.
No problem.
But Mandrill, is that manly? Is that what we do? Us as men, we have, like you said, and y'all thing is always about accountability. Is that manly to hold something for a year, right?
Accountability.
listen, don't take it as a criticism. I love Big Dog. I just don't like some of his actions, right? That's how I feel with everybody. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't check that, if we don't check that, it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger, because I've seen him do that with other guys on this panel, man. Like, just go in on some people, and I'm like, wow, what is he doing? That's not the guy that I first subscribed to. That's not the guy that when he was trying to get 1,000 subscribers, I called up 5 of my homeboys and told them to hit the like button so he can get that 1,000 subscriber that night, right? So I've seen him go and stun on my brother Clarence show and say, yeah, maybe I can help you get 1,000 subscribers, right? But I remember when you didn't have them, right? So I think it's the ego thing. We all people, we all men, we have egos. But I think sometimes, and since you're so close to him, I don't know if you do check the ego, and it's not the place to say it, but just think about that, man.
No, I do. I do check. To my credit, I do check his ego, and I do talk to him about it. But you can talk to someone all the time, and it takes time to change habits, especially when it comes to things like emotions, anger, happiness, joy. I mean, when you deal with emotions, those are harder to tame and those are habits that are harder to change. So
you're right.
So my thing is, being that I know him, you know what I'm saying, and I talk to him, I know where his intentions are. I know where it's coming from.
Right.
So but my perspective is a much more detailed view than most other people. So my thing is, that's why I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm not giving anybody any pushback. I know what you saw. I saw what you saw. That's why in that very night, right then and there, hey, ease down, big
Tighten
man.
up. Tighten up.
Black man,
get back on message.
Stay on message. Stay on message. But he was past the point of no return, and it came out. I was like,
Yeah, no, I rock with him. I actually spoke up and took up for Black Man Unfiltered when that chick that I got into it with on her show said some foul stuff to him. I actually called her, physically called her, and spoke up for him. So I rock with him. I've been rocking with him since day one. But when I saw that, I was like, come on, Black Man Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Do I got to pick up the phone and call you now?
Because that's
how I feel. That's how I feel as a older person in this space. It's like, because I have done that, and I feel like that made me feel away. Like, yeah, I may need to pick up the phone and call my brother because I rock with him, but like that wasn't cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
Now, last question, man, Drew. Before we're gonna get Yella in here. I got one last question. Because you said you know him in a way we don't know.
Yeah.
You know him in a way we don't know, and you know the situation with him and Vaughn in a way we don't understand because we're not privy to what you understand.
Right. I just see it from a different vantage point from everyone else.
You see it from a different vantage point,
and
so
the friendship has nothing to do with it. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Well,
it
right
was
is right, wrong is wrong, but you contextualize what somebody's actions are, even the right and wrong, because see, if you don't know the person, you'll cut them off if you see wrong. But because you know them, you'll give them more grace. You'll give more opportunity because of the relationship that you foster. You don't cut people off so quick if you have equity built in it. What I'm saying, though, is you spoke to the fact that he operates a little differently on panel than he does in the way you've seen him in real life. If he operates so differently, you know him so differently, and he could get on a panel, and if that's his facade, if that's his public persona, and he could get up there and berate another man from the chat that's in the chat that didn't say anything about him personally, what kind of character is he playing? And how did that how does that manifest that you're not I keep wanting this. I'm trying to stop myself from making you answer for this. But it just blows my mind.
You're doing a shit job.
It just blows my mind.
Here's the
y'all
thing.
Be like, y'all circle the wagons.
No, here's the thing. I'll tell you this. He's not playing the character on the show. He's actually not. That actually is him.
Okay, so that's him.
Hold on. I'll say this. I think that there's times where he's joking around and goofing off, and people take it seriously. You know
he was joking around and goofing off.
He was not joking around and goofing off with Vaughn. He was not.
So he's he's the type of man that behind the safety of this glass panel here. So behind the safety, he'll cuss out another man in the chat. That's the type of man.
No, he'll do it in person.
He'll do it in person too.
If the occasion calls for it. If the occasion calls for it, he'll do it in person. But if the occasion doesn't call for it, he ain't gonna do it. I mean, but the thing is, it's just fuck, I'm not gonna say that because then I really am making excuses for him. So I can't say that.
But you are. I know it's cool. It's cool.
Listen,
it's cool.
I'm not
listen. We get it. We all get it.
Yella here, okay, and I'm not giving Yella any more fuel than he already has. I've already
the tank is gassed up.
I'm saying, look, I'm telling you,
tank's full.
I have already loaded that magazine up.
It's spilling back out.
Capacity. It's spilling out. It's spilling out now. So I mean,
Jesus Christ.
And to OG Patrice, I do love. I actually do respect that woman. Like my sister and I have talked about her like on the phone, and we both like OG Patrice, and that's why I told like I remember the conversation she had with Nathan Daly, and that was out of line. And I called Nathan Daly up on the phone. Said the next day, Nate, you wrong for that. No, Nate, you was wrong for that, man. He said, so wait, you think I should apologize? Yes. I was like, yes. What do you mean, do I think? You was out of line.
Yeah.
I said, that woman meant no harm. She just wanted to have a conversation. And yeah, passions, but she's raising her voice and stuff. I said, you was doing the same thing. It's a conversation. And it's a passionate topic. People are going to raise voices. You got to understand the context of where you are in the moment. She understood that. That's why she took nothing you said personally. But, I mean, hey.
Because when he was calling me names, I kept saying, but bro. But he was calling me names. Big difference.
That's sad.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know why people need to work on their communication skills and just understand and just stay present in the moment and don't get lost in personal feelings. Like that's why I'm able to communicate, have a conversation with people. And it's one of those things. I think it's just maturity for me, having to deal with so many different personalities in life.
Yeah.
Having to sit down and negotiate on behalf of our government, U.S. government.
Yeah. With
people I wanted to nothing more to do than to pull their head back and slit their throats. I sat across the table and wanted to do that the whole time, but I had to keep my composure. I had to stay on message and do my job.
But you know, Mandrill, it's funny because you said you told him he should apologize, and guess what?
He ain't apologized yet.
He emailed me an apology, right?
Okay.
And I said, Nate, you did that publicly. You owe me a public apology.
That's what I want to see.
That never happened. And then he gets on Raw Bees and disrespects me again. So I already know the intent.
Nathan, what are you doing on Raw Bees channel?
Oh yeah, that's when it happened over there. But yeah, Nate. I mean, so I see the funny. I see I listen. I got a discernment out of this world, and I reads it on people. And when God give it to me and say, "Be done," because the intent was with malice, and I know it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of really fragile emotional men on this internet here. And we can call them out by names. Black Man Unfiltered, Nathan Daly. There's a lot more of them. There's a lot more fragile men that when you disagree with them, they'll get testy. And they typically get the most animated by people they either think they could beat in real life or by women. That I see them get so hot with women. Oh, they can't stand women. Anyway, Yella.
Rashawn, it's so much behind the scene bullshit go on. Y'all don't even know. Like I haven't even said a lot of shit. It's actually 2 content creators that told another content creator, don't F with me. Don't mess with me when I was over there doing that job for the graphic novel with Mr. Frank Good. 2 content creators picked up their phone and told them, don't work with me. But this is the behind the scenes stuff that people don't know that go on. But it does.
But Yella, go ahead and jump in.
I'll
sir.
say
What you
this,
got?
and Yella, here's one more.
Nah. You ain't saying nothing else.
Let him get his last little bit out. No, let him get his last little. I want you to make all the food. Make the whole course so I can eat that shit up.
Right, because
come on, this is the dessert. Go ahead.
Because it
I'll
is.
say
It
this.
is.
I'll say
It is
this.
a free one. It is a free one for Yella. It's another bullet in that magazine. I will say that. And before I say it, it's just I know I'm shooting myself in the foot. I mean, just making it worse.
Christ,
I know it, but you know me. I'll stand on my own too. I will stand trial. There have been no backdoor conversations that I'm aware of about Von Bryant. Like behind the scenes stuff. Apart from understanding, trying to find out what happened and where that came from. Other than that I'm aware of, no. So ain't nobody talking about you behind your back that I know.
Is that a real channel?
What?
Oh, that's Sim Simma. Oh, for some reason I thought that was Brother Clarence saying shout out to Brother S and his new channel. Let's talk the Better Brown Life. I'm like, somebody stole Brother Clarence's whole steez. But Sim Simma, what's up, Sim Simma? What's up, Sim Simma? Go ahead, Yella. My bad.
Everybody done? Everybody finished? Everybody got
I am done, Yella. I'm done.
Cool,
Go ahead and leave.
Cool. So before I start, I would like to give you a short selection from my newest hymn book, and it's called this is why I call them bitches. That's why I call them niggas bitches, cause the niggas act like bitches. When you find a bitch, it act like this, and this is why you call them a bitch. Now, I'm telling everybody now to get all your valuable shit out the way, get everything that's breakable and fragile, y'all get that shit out the way right now. Shout out to OG, TT, I still love you. I ain't seen you in a minute because I've been out of this toxic ass shit. Vaughn, we cool.
Love you too. I love you too, nephew.
Vaughn, we cool. NuGrowth. This actually, I know it might be the first time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my man, Mandrell. And this is how I'm gonna say this right here. All that I'm work backwards from the last thing that was said to the first thing that was said. All this backdoor, off the phone, behind the scenes conversation is weird as fuck. I seen this shit. This nigga comment on my video talking about, so we grown. You can call me on the phone. Nah, nigga, if I'd have called you, if I liked you like that, I'd have had your number. Nigga, we ain't cool. We ain't partners. We ain't homies, and we damn sure ain't friends. So why the hell I gotta be having backdoor conversations with you about public ass beef? Cause that's where all that fake ass other shit be. Can't nobody account what the fuck been said. Cause niggas wanna be on the phone. Well, you know what? I just had a bad day. I was having PMS and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I'm still mad about some shit that happened a year ago. So I was in my feminine about how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I stepped out of my masculine, bro. I'm sorry. You lame ass. Man, look, you shirt tucked in, top button ass niggas better get the fuck out of here acting like y'all got y'all goddamn shit together. Look, Vaughn, that nigga a bitch, G. Like, I'm just gonna, like, me and Vaughn, I know you, I'm gonna talk to you straight up. That nigga a bitch. You wanna know why he a bitch? Because how the fuck you get mad? Because it's the second time. He snapped on, he didn't go as hard on Candy, but he snapped on Candy because she mentioned my name. Because she was trying to speak on a more positive aspect on how I approach this situation, and that nigga don't like it. So you know what, Vaughn? It might not be you. It might just be the collective motherfucking weight falling on this nigga that his bitch assness is showing. You know how they tell them fiends that they slip is showing, which means they addiction is sticking out? It's an old school term. This nigga bitch is showing, and that's the problem. You want to sit up all motherfucking day and be on these panels and judge from your motherfucking screen, from your weird ass basement with that fake ass motherfucker. Yo, side note, everybody with the weird ass fireplace in the background, you weird as fuck. It's giving read by the fire, like, I'm probably gonna eat you vibes. Like, for real, you niggas weird as shit. But you sit back and judge motherfuckers and you do all this, and then you get mad when the motherfucking mirror is turned on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't read the Bible, but you judge or something like that, blah, 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 judge something, you're going to get judge reverse, uno reversi, however that verse works. You can't judge unless you're willing to be judged. Yeah, bitch assness. It's like, you know what I'm saying, kindness, pettiness, you know what I'm saying? It's a verb. But what I'm saying is this, man. All this weird ass shit these niggas be on should be a sign of where the fuck this sector is going. I've been telling people for a year now this shit was finna burn down. This shit was finna collapse on itself and eat itself alive. That's why I've been telling people come to Twitch. That's why I've been telling everybody come to Twitch. Wow. This ain't nothing over here. Vaughn, I called it. I've been called it. That's why y'all ain't seen me. That's why y'all ain't seen me. That's why I gave up on this YouTube shit. But it's crazy that motherfucker go over to people's page talking about, I can help you get 1,000 subscribers. I can help you get 1,000 subscribers. Nigga, your numbers don't even show where you done made it at. How Rashawn got less than 200? Like Rashawn said, this one I'm gonna give y'all some YouTube numbers so since everybody know how YouTube works. Rashawn, then you saying I'm gonna do it. The boots is already laced. Like you said, the Stone Cold vest is gone. Oh hell yeah!
Oh boy! Oh man!
You said it yourself that most YouTube channels only have 10% of their viewership watching, right? 10 to 20%, right? So if you got 1,000, that's 100.
I mean, that's if at most you're gonna get about 10% watching.
Right. Now my thing is this: the numbers look a lot crazier when you got that number, that 1,000, and people ain't showing up. Your 10% ain't showing up. Meanwhile, Rashawn got 10% of what you got, and his 10% shows up faithfully, consistently. The results don't show. The results don't fucking show. You can't be going around. That's what you mad about. They see this shit. That's why the numbers look like how they be, and it be only a few people talking because them bitch ass niggas sit back in the weeds. And that's why they sit back in the weeds and watch. That's why he can hold a beat with Bond for a whole year.
Man.
Now, hold on, bro. I'm telling you, man, when Mandrill sitting here loading my motherfucking kill with arrows, nigga, that was one of the main first beefs was this time last year about the whole motherfucking slap thing with Will Smith. And I'm telling niggas, you talk shit, somebody might come around and slap the shit out of your ass, right? Oh, well, that's not how me and he was sticking up for Chris Rock and all this other shit. I get it now, because Chris Rock just did the same bitch ass shit after a whole year, nigga. After you got your face slapped around like Daffy Duck, after you got your lips slapped around like Daffy Duck, nigga. Now you want to come on stage and passively aggressively call somebody a bitch? That's exactly what it's tucked between his motherfucking legs ass nigga did. He set up and he aggressively, well, I can't even call it aggressive, nigga, because you doing it across the internet. So you still passively, aggressively calling another man a bitch over some shit that happened a year ago. I'm telling you, man, soft ass, charming ass niggas is all built the same. That's the problem. I'm telling you, that's the problem. Now it's starting to show. You can only look. You can only pretend so long, right? You know what I'm saying? Real motherfuckers don't have to pretend shit. I figure myself as real. Motherfuckers know. I tell you, I'll be the first one. I'm fucked up out here. You want to know all the things that's wrong with Yella? Come follow me on Twitch. I pull my heart out all the time. I ain't gotta sit back and I don't get this shit, bro. I don't get it, especially when you doing it under the guise of trying to help. Man. You trying to quote unquote improve the community. So what, nigga, you above improvement? That's why this community shit gon' fucking, I don't know how we thought we was gonna fix community across the app, yo. I don't be straight up with you. I never know how that shit was gonna happen. Yella Bryant. Bitch ass niggas in the manosphere, starting with Crack Man Unfiltered, Whack Man Unhinged.
And Yella, I know you said beef though, man. When it comes to beef, Vaughn like vegan. He ain't beefing with nobody. So like, how you gonna beef with somebody that don't beef?
buying a whole salad around here. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Healthy, considerate. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I look at it like this, man. And that's why I'm gonna be straight up, man. That's why I look like if people know better, why be around that shit?
Man.
Yeah.
Why be around it? Because I be goddamned. See, that's my thing about it. I know I can't go over there.
Man.
I know I can't go over there. I treat it like real ass beef. It's certain blocks I know I can't go over, and I ain't finna go over there unless it's time to go put in some work. And I know if I go over there, I'm gonna get that nigga channel shut down. I'm gonna make everybody unsubscribe from this shit.
I'll be in the chat just for fun. Cause I know.
I saw it yesterday. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I got people on my side like Rashawn. Rashawn can go in there and be petty and shit.
I'm gonna still be in the chat.
I'm gonna go in there and
I'd
derail
love for him to say something.
I'm gonna go in there and derail it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I let everybody get their niceties out and say what they had to say. Cause I'm the cousin that's gonna come flip the table. I'm the one that's gonna be like, damn, why Yella come? Here he comes.
Table flip.
I got big table flip energy, and now is the time to flip the table on these niggas. It's the weirdest thing, and that's why that's low key my motivation. Mandrill, tell that nigga be there tomorrow. You talking all that shit today? He talk. Tell him I sent the message to you.
Negativity.
Okay.
That's real shit.
Your negativity.
My negativity? I know I'm negative.
Shit. All that negativity on Yella's channel, you gonna tell people that?
Right.
Man, this dude crazy.
Yeah, man. Cause you mad. You mad because somebody mentioned me secondhand. That's why I bring up the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Nigga, we got a more consistent impact across this motherfucking shit with a quarter of the fucking followers that he got. We play this shit over here. Well, you do it for real. I half-ass do it. That's like most things in life.
Me too. Together,
but that's what I'm saying.
Together, we got a whole ass, man.
Right. Got more cushion to sit on than this nigga.
I just want to say the views and opinions of everyone on this panel is not necessarily those of all on this panel. The views and opinions of Sean and Yella.
That's why I say everybody move your valuables. Get anything that you could possibly break if you don't want it to get knocked off the table. Cause, bruh, that nigga was look. Speaking of Nathan Daly, that's why I always treated that nigga. Any panel I was on, he ever clicked, I was on that motherfucker like, here come the police, y'all straighten up. I don't trust them niggas, man. First of all, I want to know who signed off thinking it was cool to talk to the goddamn police. First of all, we sitting up here on the internet talking to the goddamn police like it's cool. Cool. I don't trust them niggas. Why all of a sudden we just trust to talk to this goofball ass nigga who couldn't let go of the car? Let go, nigga. You is not Captain America. This is not Endgame, nigga. Let go. I'm just saying. I don't care if he retired 45 years ago, nigga. I don't care if he retired the day after I was born 35 years ago, Marcus. That nigga is the police. Police don't stop being police, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Police don't stop being police. They still do police shit, nigga. They still tell, nigga. What you mean?
Oh, shoot.
They some tattletale ass niggas. That nigga probably was the crossing guard. He probably evolved through police. He probably had that orange sash on in the hall that clicked together on the side and was like, y'all make sure y'all walk on that line now. Y'all make sure y'all walk on that line. And it transferred all the way up to him being an internet snitch. That's all the fuck he do is telling on niggas. We 12. Talking with 12. I can't believe it. So no, these bitch ass niggas been floating around. It's just, guess what? COVID is over. Now motherfuckers don't have to sit up and see that y'all been lying the last 2 years. They can get back outside and realize, hey, you know what? World wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
All right, y'all. I said my piece. I'm gonna get back in the chat and
All right,
I'm
OG,
gonna let
appreciate it.
y'all
All right, OG.
finish rocking up here. I just wanted y'all to, just to hear a different perspective and another point of view of, if we're gonna be a community and really, uh, walk the walk. We can't just be on panels talking the talk. And the younger generation is looking at us, you know what I mean? And we got to set the example. And that's what I try to do when I come in these spaces. But I see the fuck shit. I side eye, but I see it. It has happened to me, and I speak my piece and I keep it moving. Because again, like I said, all of them, I once didn't know they ass, so I ain't got a problem with not knowing their asses again. I just let them know that they think that I don't know what has been done behind the scenes. But no, I do, because people talk just like they talk to y'all behind the scenes and emails and texts and back chat groups and telephone calls. They do the same thing when they come over and let us know that y'all the ones doing the shit. All right, peace and love, y'all.
All right,
All right,
OG.
OG. Take care.
Okay.
Peace.
All right, bye-bye.
Later.
Later.
All right, gentlemen. I really
Wow.
appreciate the commentary on that. Now, we're probably getting ready to pivot up out of here, but when everybody get their closing thoughts, because there's only so much I could take a black man unfiltered. So
wow, I really wish it wasn't like that. I wish what first got me up is that got me messed up is that he and Yella don't get along. I was like, God, dog, man, come on.
Cause nigga,
Listen,
bro,
I was like, man,
Dre, I want you to really think about what you just said. Really
come on, man.
take in what you just said.
Could you imagine me or Yella coming at Vaughn the way Black Man did?
No.
That's a character problem, man. Hold up, man. Hold on, man. Because I think maybe you need to hear this one more time.
It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't deal with nobody like that, man. We can't run in the same circle, man. We can't play curveball together. We can't play basketball together, because that's the guy that's gonna piss in your drink because he had a bad day, or you talk to the girl before he did. He's gonna do some really snaky, foul stuff. And if he ain't bit you yet, but he got a character problem. See, I'll just leave you alone. I'll leave you alone if I can't rock with you.
And that's my thing.
Deal with you. I won't work with you. I won't play with you. I'll leave you alone. But see, a snake like that will bite you when you least expect it, because the grass is a little high and you think it's okay to make a comment. You think it's okay to frolic. Bam. Now you bit. And that's what happened to Brother Vaughn. I recognize a snake. If you like playing with snakes, maybe you're a professional snake handler. You got military experience. Maybe you just got that in you.
Yeah,
I ain't got that in me.
I've had to deal with
that's
snakes.
A liability to me. That's a liability. I can't. I'm not good with. I'm not good with that. But I know it's snake.
He be over there with his flute. I ain't got damn shit. Hey, I'm gonna say this: motherfucking Siegfried and Roy was masters with tigers too, until one of them motherfuckers turned into cat motherfucking meow mix. God damn it! So yeah, I'm just saying. And I ain't saying you gotta be like that, and to each his own. But I'm gonna say this, man, look, this shit done got beyond weird. This shit done got beyond weird. Niggas snapping on motherfuckers for secondhand shit. That's why I say I ain't pissed at him about the statement you made about my damn platform, nigga. You basically went off on Ken and Ann, just short of fucking you know what I'm saying, cutting her out. But since I was the one to take your aggression out on, you went hard on me. Pretty sure if it was Vaughn up there and he mentioned my name, he'd have got a reaction he got last night. Because he was speaking on something other than that negative ass bullshit. So, man, I'm just like, hey, let me be quiet, man.
Yeah. And it's so crazy, man. The argument he made for why the conversation needed to be had was because, like people pointed out, accountability. Preaching accountability, so women need to be held accountable because they're not being submissive. But I promise you, all these iron sharpening iron, manosphere, red pill, men's spaces where a man can't ask another man a question, a man can't challenge another man's thoughts. I don't understand the utility at that point, because what you're doing when nobody can challenge you or say, hey, listen, this might be an old conversation, or maybe we need to advance this conversation. Let's go deeper than the surface level we've been on this entire time. Maybe we could grow this into from, okay, well, what are the different aspects of submission? What does submission look like in the zones of a relationship? Because I'm going to tell you, man, Derailed, to have 10 people on a panel, 10 adults, that most of which are in relationships or marriages, I couldn't find a relevant example of what submission looked like from all of y'all. Like, it wasn't present. I'm hearing all these, oh, well, somebody breaks into the house. You know, what does submission look like on a daily basis? What does submission look like when you're setting up the budget for the month? What does submission look like when you're trying to set up the kid's schedule and who picks up who? What is the practical application of this conversation that you want to have year after year? That's where Brother Vaughn, for me, was trying to say, if we're going to have this conversation, let's have it smartly. Let's have it where people can take away something and grow from it. But if we're just going to say women need to submit, and we're going to say that month after month, year after year, well, at that point, it's a slogan. And slogans are marketing tools. And marketing tools are for businesses. And businesses are not for community. Businesses go within a community, but that's not what builds a community. So I really wish we could be honest and say what it is an entertainment and business platform. And everybody knows what that is. It's Fox News. It's not news. It's Fox News. We know what that is. You're not going to get informed and you're not going to grow from it. But it's hella catchy. They're going to say some stuff to make you, ooh. But I really wish, as far down in every metric and zone of life that Black people are in, we could stop hanging on to some trash-ass character people and holding them up as examples. I swear to God, I wish we could do that. I swear to God. And I'm going to leave it there because, man, I swear to God, y'all hurt. Y'all break a piece of me every time I hear y'all talk. It's embarrassing to be the same demographic that y'all are. It embarrasses me. Y'all brought up a dictionary. And looked up the word. Y'all looked up the word partnership. And between 10 adults, 9 of y'all illiterate bastards couldn't understand that a partnership doesn't have to be equal. It don't even matter. I had to help. We need to quit worrying about leading and worry about reading. Y'all, it don't even matter. Y'all read the dictionary.
Listen, you notice our son.
And it don't matter because y'all have
quiet.
a lack of comprehension. Is the lack of comprehension. And if these are the examples, if this is the quality of information that's going into more Black people,
he's right.
I swear to God, there's no point, and all of us could really just pat right now.
Wow.
Like, pat, because there's no point.
Wow.
If this is what's going out here, let's end it quick. Let's this slow drip of death. Let's stop that.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sick of it. I swear to God, I'm sick of knowing that I have to carry around. If somebody looks at y'all on that panel and says, y'all are Black men, and somebody looks at me and says, you're a Black man, fuck y'all. I swear to God, it offends me to my core that I got to be lumped in with y'all. That somebody will look at y'all and look at me and think we're somehow the same. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all make me sick. And again, man, Derailed, I like you. But y'all piss me the fuck off. If I'm to be truly honest, y'all piss me the fuck off that people look at y'all and think y'all are Black men. You, man, Derailed, I'll pull you out. But to think that y'all are the example of Black men, it makes me sick on a personal level that y'all are somebody's example. And y'all up here talking about gay people. Y'all talking about women. Y'all throwing hot dogs down hallways. Man, y'all some dumbass niggas, man. I swear to God. If that's a Black man, I don't know what I can be other than what y'all are, but I can't be what y'all are. I can't. I got to save myself. I can't be a Black man. I will run to anything. I swear to God, I would be a KKK member if it meant I wasn't one of y'all. If I got to be one of y'all, I'll be anything else. Anything else. I'll be a woman. I'll be a dog. I'll be a tree. I'll be a turd before I'm one of y'all. I swear to God. I just wanted y'all to understand that's what I feel. I'm gonna let it go. Cause man, I swear to God, y'all piss me off. All right, cool.
Wow.
Man.
Okay.
Well, that says a lot, I mean, listen, I'm
and I got
listen.
no pushback for him. That's
Yeah, and
that's the part that's bothering
and
me.
and to be
I
honest
can't
with
say
you,
nothing to him.
exactly. And to be honest with you, I appreciate what this young man has said, and I have a great deal of respect for everybody that's on the panel. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is just simply the truth, ladies and gentlemen. you know, I don't care how you try to talk over it and explain over it and give excuses about it. The truth is just definitely the truth. And when it all boils down to it, the point is that most of us don't like to hear truth. We have an issue with truth. Please tell me the truth. If you ever see me in the chat misbehaving, or if you ever see me on a panel where I'm out of pocket, please, by all means, pull me to the side, and let me know what's going on, Vaughn. What's going on? But to have this blatant display of disrespect for one another, it doesn't help you make your point any better. Actually, it puts you in a bad light. And I didn't get up here, and I was very reluctant to get up here and speak on it because I don't like to do a tit for tat. I could have got up here and called this brother out of his name 15 or 20 times, but I choose not to do that because that speaks to my character. You see what I'm saying? Now, do I forgive? Yes, God has given me that gift of forgiveness. I know how to forgive you. That don't mean I'm going to forget you. See what I'm saying? Never told me to forget. See, I remember the lessons that God teaches me concerning people. Now, if it's that issue, and I had no idea that it was an issue that took over a year to come to fruition. My goodness, I don't harbor animosity or resentment toward any individual for an entire year. Are you kidding me? If that's the case, I really apologize that I didn't see this sooner, because I definitely had no idea that there was such vitriol. You see, for me in that space. And that also lets me know too, that it's not just you, because like Patrice said, there's a lot of behind the scene talk. See, you talk people out of my character, and I understand how it goes. YouTube is a very cliquish area. It's full of cliques. Everybody wants to be a part of this club, and then you have this particular club over here. Well, go ahead and do that. I'm not a clique. I've never been a clique person. I'm an individual. So when I come to your party, I'm gonna bring what I bring to it. See what I'm saying? And I'm not just gonna go along to get along. But listen, gentlemen, I truly appreciate the support. It does my heart well, because I was really under the impression that nobody really paid attention to it. You see what I'm saying? And nobody was ever going to address it. And so
No, we noticed, Vaughn. We noticed.
I'm
yeah,
very
but when
grateful.
nobody, he thought ain't nobody was gonna say nothing though.
Yeah, I
See,
didn't
in the
think
moment,
anybody
it's
would.
one thing. Yeah. In the
I
moment, it's
really
one
didn't
thing.
think anybody. Yeah, I didn't think anyone would address it at all. So I'm very surprised to be on a panel talking about it now, and it does my heart very well, because it's nothing like a person misrepresenting who you are, Arshad, or Yella, or Mandrell, or Brother NuGrowth. It's nothing like an individual that is undermining your character and who you are, and trying to persuade people that you're someone other than you actually are. And so, me, for one, I don't appreciate it. I didn't choose to get up here to use the platform to do a tit for tat or a back and a forth, or try to get back at him. No, your character speaks for itself. I don't desire an apology. It's really not even necessary, as far as I'm concerned. I just think in the future you should do better, especially when you have people that have been on your side and supported your channel.
Now, that's what I got.
Was that my closing remarks? I don't.
Nah, I appreciate that, Brother Vaughn. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are wrapping up. So
now, see, that's why I got. That's why I got respect for Brother Vaughn, right? Because he said God gave him the gift of forgiveness. Now, for me, I got to call God and get my Amazon tracking number because my gift ain't made it to my house yet, man. And that's why you got that's why you got brothers like us, but me in particular, because it's like somebody gonna have to do it, right? And this gonna sound away, but don't take it away, right? As the generation under y'all, it's our job to protect y'all too. It's our job to protect y'all too. We ain't finna just be letting nobody windmill on y'all, rock on y'all, get down like that. That's why people that stuck up for OG. That's why people speak the fuck up. That's what we supposed to do. Real leaders supposed to protect. We can't be out here just trying to protect the young and leave the old to fend for themselves. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying. The older, you know what I'm saying. The generation above. But I don't want to keep calling it old. But you know what I'm saying.
I get it.
But is because we supposed to be at this point, man. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I be talking about people our age. I get it. We do have young people who watch us like no. You know what I'm saying? He say he 20-something. I still believe he's a computer program that just follows us around. But we'll rock with it for right now. But like everybody talk about the youth, man, and I'm watching the people our age who supposed to be picking up the motherfucking torch that Von done threw down, that OG done threw down. Because that's why they ain't got platforms. It's because it ain't they fight no more. They supposed to be the ones that just nudge us back on the all right, we might be talking about this a bit. Let's get y'all back on over here. Y'all doing what y'all doing good, but hey, I notice y'all getting off track. They ain't gotta be hands-on in it. But if you can't take that from them, because that's their role in this shit. They done been down this road. Then seen people before us come down this road. And now you wanna validate that, you know what I'm saying, unvalidate their opinion or shut down their opinion because you think the milk behind your ears is dry? Well, stop crying like a baby then. Because that's what you sound like. That milk ain't dry back there, Junior. You act like a little boy. And that's all these niggas is scared little boys on the internet. And some woman gonna come around and hurt their little heart. Y'all niggas scared to get y'all heart, bro? And guess what? Sometimes it ain't the hallway's fault that the hot dog was too small.
You know what? Y'all been dropping some jewels today. I'm just letting you know, Arshawn and Yella, I'm stealing some of this.
I actually got that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm letting both of y'all know I'm stealing some of this shit y'all said today.
Steal it and improve that channel. Steal it and improve the commentary on that channel.
If y'all ghost watch, you hear me repeating the same exact things y'all saying verbatim. Don't worry about it. I took it. I sure did.
Man, please.
Sometimes it ain't the hot dog's fault that the hallway's too big. Wow.
Yeah, man. Because I promise you, man, you got the only show. You have the only show I can really stomach over there. You and your shoo do the only what I've seen respectable work on a consistent basis. So I mean, whatever word is, plaudits, whatever to you and shoo, because y'all do respectable work. Y'all put out respectable content. Y'all try to enhance people's thought processes, bring concepts that they haven't heard before. Y'all advance a conversation. But the rest of the stuff is very regressive. And we don't need to go back. We don't need to keep falling back. But so, again, we are getting ready to head up out of here, man. NuGrowth, it's been a minute, man. What you got on their closing thoughts?
Hey, man, just a great show, man. I appreciate listening to all of y'all. And even the people you disagree with, like Black, man, I still got love for him. You know what I'm saying? His actions, I may disagree with, right? But I still got love him because I remember this brother on there with white supremacists and we going head to head and I'm just wondering what happened, you know, and all of us fall victim in life sometimes. We fall victim to the fame or to the light or to the aspiration of being at a certain place that we start to become, what do you call it? Pushing propaganda. It's like the same subject all the time. It's like, and it just, he has to know that we wouldn't have anything to say unless we messed with them in the first place, right? We wouldn't. It wouldn't be so important if he didn't deviate. So and that's his thing. Like when I unsubscribe to him, I let him know, man, hey, the direction you going and the things I can't rock with you. I wish you the best. But at the end of the day, man, we need to, like you said earlier, we need to study more. A lot of people are just watching the headlines and making whole shows about it, not having enough information, and like you said, we're doing more harm than we're doing help. So maybe sometimes we don't need to be a show every. Some of these people, if they're not gonna read, if they're not gonna have nobody in the background looking up the information, maybe we don't need to do it so often, right? Because it becomes like, okay, well, you pushing, like you said, you got little kids watching. So if you got little kids watching and you tell them this about females and stuff like that, that's very dangerous. And you're gonna have to live with that. But man, Drew, I got love for you and I respect your loyalty. I might not like it, but I respect it. Something about a man that's loyal to his thing, good or bad. Like Arshawn said, you might have to get bit, but I respect that. That's a new level I got for you. And Vaughn, you know what it is, man. Much love, respect. Yella, I remember watching you on Black Man. You know what I'm saying? Smart dude. Hey, man, everybody, just try to do something better in the future. From that point, peace and love.
Appreciate you, NuGrowth. Appreciate you. And Vaughn, I know you was asking what's your last words. Go ahead and give us your last words if you don't mind. Anything you have to say. And again, I do apologize about making this about you, but I'm glad it came out so that we could air out. I believe Festivus from Seinfeld, the airing of grievances. I think we need to have an airing of grievances. People need to know when they've offended and when they've done wrong. And I know that individual doesn't care enough. I mean, because it should have been corrected in the moment, but the rest of us needed to know, I guess, that people did care. So I'm glad that it made an impact with you. And I know I feel lighter, but please give us your final thoughts.
Well, definitely, I feel lighter. And listen, I appreciate you having this show, and it turned kind of into this because it kind of put me in a place to let me know that people see you, and just because one person doesn't like your character or doesn't have respect for you, this is a way that God is showing me that no, there are people that see you or hear you and they respect you. And so that does my heart well right there, man. So like I said, I definitely appreciate it. As far as Black Man Unfiltered is concerned, listen, no animosity there, no love lost there. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to pray for the brother. I may not be as close as I was in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? I will have to pull back from that. But at the same time, hey, brother, Godspeed. I'm still going to say that. Because, see, I reap what I sow. And that's what we all need to know, And I believe I'm a child of God. And one thing the Bible says is, hey, touch not my anointed. Don't mess with my prophet. You see what I'm saying? And hey, I'm not all that. But I will say this. I belong to God, and I try to govern myself that way, But I appreciate it again, brothers. And hey, man, I look forward to the next time. Whenever you have a live, I will definitely be over here again. Your platform, Arshawn, is one in which, I know that I'm going to get honesty. Honesty. Even if I'm up here and I'm saying something, you say, well, wait a minute, Vaughn, now hold on. You see what I'm saying? It's no need for me to take offense to that because, see, you may be bringing out a point that I just didn't see. You see what I'm saying? And I love platforms that are open that way to the truth and not just one-sided. So, Brother Yella, thank you, brother. And Brother Mandrell, you know what it is. Very proud of you as well. I see the growth since you've been on this platform, in this space. I appreciate you and your sister. And with that being said, gentlemen, thank you very much. And until the next time.
Appreciate you, Brother Vaughn, Bryant. And I wanted to shout out Marcus. He said there's another show I've never watched. I don't watch the sports too often. So I guess there's another reputable show on the network, Shawnee and Dante. So I guess they have a sports show. Again, I haven't I haven't watched it, but you know, shout out to you. They probably couldn't go too wrong with sports. But I'm one more hot dog down the hallway from shoving a pack down my throat and just choking to death.
Niggas be having some
But
disrespectful ass sports takes too. Goddamn it!
I'm just hoping. You know, I'm hoping for the best. Man. I'm hoping for the best.
No.
Hoping for the best. But yeah, man, Mandrell, let's get your apologies. I mean, yeah, let's get your closing thoughts, real quick.
All right.
This is my sorry for 2024, and
I want to say, man, I feel slight guilt I feel like I'm always putting you in a position to have to speak for Black Men Unfiltered. So I want to say, I know you don't take any of this stuff personal, at least according to your own admission. You don't take none of this stuff personal. I just can't ever imagine affiliating with that person. And I don't mean to put you in any funny position, but I wanted to say, if I do, or again, if he comes at you weird, because I don't know, my intention, I'm letting you know my intention. My intention was never to put you or Brother Vaughn or anybody else in a weird position. It was bothering me, and I guess it just had to come off my chest because I guess it meant something to somebody else more than just myself.
Right. I don't take offense to it at all. I'm not bothered by it or anything like that. I just come up here to try to add context to it. I'm not trying to. I'm not meaning to apologize, but to add context, because I know we can see things look one way when we see it on camera, but you know, sometimes we don't have the full context. That's all.
Yeah.
But that being said, you know, just because I'm on that platform, I don't agree with everything they said. Like about 98% of the red pill talking points out here, I disagree with. Like largely. I think this shit is goofy. And a lot of the conversations that are being had, I'm just bored with them. That's why I don't even go to dust panels anymore. I used to go to dust panels just to have fun. Like those guys are so stupid. Like it's incredible that they're still alive. Like these people are too dumb to be alive. And like I used to go there for fun. Now I don't anymore because I'm bored. I'm bored. They got this other channel people watch a lot of called Crew Season. I don't watch that at all. It's the same conversation. I'm bored. No, my sister and I both. We talk about this stuff. Like my sister even went off of one of our shows, one of the panels. I think she was on Sohail. Like, what are you learning? Yep. All this time you've had the same conversations over and over and over again. What are you learning? Nothing. That's what it is. Nothing. No one's like I've been on YouTube a year now. No one's learned a goddamn thing. And I really am kind of over it. People not learning and people not doing work to improve themselves. I'm in therapy currently. I think everybody should go to I got 2 therapists, in fact. I got 2 different therapists. I go to one for the VA to flush out any kind of toxicity that may be there. I don't have any, but just in case, do a round of therapy just to make sure. You know what I'm saying? I got another one to help me with emotional intelligence and social skills, active communication, active listening, communication. I'm also taking classes on both emotional intelligence and active listening. I'm taking courses and I'm in therapy for it.
Yeah.
Just to improve myself. So that's why you see me, I don't curse a lot anymore because I don't have to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just
that's a fucking shame.
He says it's a shame.
That's a fucking shame.
You're right.
That's a fucking shame. You don't cuss no fucking up. You should be able to say.
I didn't say I don't curse anymore. I didn't say I don't curse anymore. I just don't curse as much. You know what I'm saying? But just working on my communication skills, and the cursing will probably come back, but with better, with better finesse. I'll say that. You know what I mean? But don't throw the guilty by association tag on me. You know what I'm saying? Just
I don't know, man, Dre. You smell like outside. I'm gonna give you a parent. I'm gonna use a parent's term, right?
Well, yeah. You
smell like outside. I ain't get that till I had kids. Nah, no.
Oh man.
Cool, man, Dre. You smell like outside.
Man. And I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, man. It's just I wonder how you stomach it, but I know everybody has different tolerance for different things. My thing is, after a year, it would be hard for me to stomach it. Like at first, I get it, the entertainment value, and there's a conversation going on, and there's some funny stuff, and some some ooh moments. I get that part, but after a year of eating the same food, like it was,
it's bland.
That might. I would get what's that, acid reflux? You know what I'm saying? Eating the same food after a while, you just get sick of it. It starts coming back up. But again, everybody has different tolerances. Everybody's got to come out of stuff when they on their time. I know I'm very judgy. I'm very critical. It's in the name. Oh, I didn't even have that up. Just come on, man. I don't even have critical up there. I get that. That's me. That's a me problem. These are my opinions. But I'm just, boy, I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it.
It's practice. It really is.
I know.
No, being in that is practice.
Yeah, you said that.
That
military thing you said.
Right.
That military thing you said made perfect sense. If you could sit across from like warlords and stuff like that to like diplomacy, I could see how your tolerance for an internet buffoon it wouldn't even trip anything. But for me as a civilian who's never had to deal with a complete moron for any long length of time, other than relatives, it irks my soul. But
yeah, not a problem. And you all can catch us on Arshawn and Yella Pill and myself on Conscious TV tomorrow afternoon. What is it at? What are we doing at 5 Central?
What was that? An invite? Because I didn't know I was on it.
Yeah, you know now. You're doing it. You're doing it.
I won't be available at 5 Central, but I'll come when I can.
Make time.
Nah, it's family day, man. My nephew gonna be around.
Boo.
Nephew day. That depends. People who eat healthy and stay fit and healthy usually got to eat the same or similar tasting food. No, you can mix it up. I know a figure competitor. She did. She mixed up her diet. She mixed up her diet because you can get sick of it. You just eating the same food. So she mixed it up, or even if not, like the seasonings or flavors that you put on. She ate chicken a lot, but she prepared the chicken differently or with different seasonings. It's like you have to vary it up. And submission. If you're gonna eat submission for a year, you better add something to that. Because I heard nothing new.
Yeah, and even the healthiest eater got cheat days.
Because I have a cheat. Like tomorrow is Friday. I'm having my cheat meal. Now people say that's not a cheat meal. That's healthy, but it's a cheat meal to me. I'm having 2 New York strip steaks with mushrooms.
Ooh,
sauteed mushrooms and a baked sweet potato. And I'm gonna have that, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna cook it at home. For me, that's a cheat meal.
That sounds good though.
Yeah,
other than the mushroom, that sounds great.
I get why. That's a lot of red meat.
Yeah,
take in on one thing. So yeah.
Drill like that beef. He gonna keep some beef. He gonna keep some beef cooking.
Either that or like once a week I have pizza or something like that, or once a week I have hot dogs. So I have a cheat meal once a week right now, just to make the diet realistic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's okay to have a cheat meal. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So
cheat meal is every breakfast. My cheat meal is every meal.
hey, man, Drew. We got a chat question. Not a chat question.
And also I'm starting an online fitness. You got all the hot dogs from Drill need. No, thank you. I bite my hot dogs in the middle. I only eat them regular. I bite my hot dogs in the middle. Visualize that so you'll understand why.
Something wrong with all of y'all.
Visualize that so you'll understand why.
I do not visualize that. You want to go to sleep tonight, people. You want to go to sleep.
Where's it at? So make sure y'all check out tomorrow on Conscious TV. Please make sure y'all check out the conversation. If it's at, you said 6 Central?
6 Eastern, 5 Central.
Yeah, 6 Eastern. So yeah, Yella and Mandrill will be there on Conscious TV. Make sure y'all check them out because I really want to hear that conversation, but I know y'all might be done by the time I shake free.
I'm gonna try to get candid.
8 Central. Okay.
I know. Bring some of them weird niggas too. Bring some of them niggas. I'm gonna tell you why. it's okay to bring some who understand the assignment. But if we gotta learn, some of them weird niggas need to come too, so they come get this work. So tell
they're not interested. I've tried.
Exactly. That shows a lot. It shows a lot.
I've tried.
Shows a lot.
They're
shows a
not
lot.
interested.
So why? Tell Frostbite to come. Tell Frostbite to come.
No, he is not allowed. No, I'm not even watching.
Oh yeah, that's like Freezy might come.
Tell Frostbite to come.
Yeah, Freezy might come.
The viewers deserve better, man. The viewers,
we can defrost that nigga. So we can call out that nigga. Come on,
here's the thing. Now Freezy, I'll tell you, he is a cool cat. All kidding aside, this subject, his views on this subject matter, that aftertaste, it sneaks up on you. I get it. Okay.
And bring Snack Man unhealthy too.
Oh, geez, he's not interested.
He won't come.
Friday. No. Friday. It's not that.
Friday.
No. Friday. He has something else to do. He's not going to be available. He has some stuff to do with his kids, so he's actually unavailable.
That's cool.
I'll see if I can reach out to Papi Blanco, see if he wants to come. So we'll see how many people I can get. Yeah, as far as you said, bringing some of the weird niggas. I know, and I agree with Yella. If you want to have the conversation, you got to have the conversation with people with opposing views if you want to learn anything.
I want them to see how that shit feel. Because it's mighty funny how them niggas running from them niggas weak as fuck, man. That's exactly
what the fuck had the locks, man. He had 8 kids. He got locks.
Driscoll, no, thank you. No.
Driscoll won't come. JT won't come.
Well, I don't know how to get in contact with Driscoll. Driscoll might come. Okay. JT, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I haven't planned on bringing Driscoll nor JT. Driscoll might be a bit much to take for me. That's saying a lot. For me, he might be a bit much to take. Because good Lord. How's somebody gonna tell you? How's he gonna tell you? I think the way you come from is a place of abuse. How do you account for the fact that I've never been abused ever of any kind, and I still turned out the way I did? I don't believe you. See, there's no way to have a conversation with a person like that. That conversation is just gonna go nowhere. So that's why I would not invite Driscoll. Conversation's not. There's nothing to learn. His mind's made up. So I'll see who I can get up here. As far as the weird niggas is Yella.
Cuz, man, I want them to man. This real, man, this what I'm talking about. This real ass shit. Motherfucking Conscious and them came over there and they stood in the motherfucking fire. Now these niggas want to talk about masculinity. You can't do the same thing.
They running.
Bitch ass nigga, bro. We gonna be here another hour on me calling out bitch ass niggas. This is a display. This a fucking display of character, bro. Them man came over there twice in the bullshit.
And because I got to go now. I got to meet with a client to train because I'm training someone in person. I'm teaching them boxing. But I want to announce that next month I will be launching an online fitness business. So if anyone's interested in health, wellness, things like that, hit me up or on Instagram or tell your friends about it, please. It's not going to be cheap because the brother got to eat too. Because doing all this face to face, it's not the thing. It is not the thing. It ain't where that's not where it's at. It's not working. So I'm doing it online. That's where the money is. That's what people are making. Trainers are making tons of money doing this stuff online.
Can I pay per pound?
We can negotiate.
All right, cool.
But thanks for having me, Arshawn. I'll see everyone tomorrow afternoon, 5 p.m. Central on Conscious TV.
That's what's up.
Thanks for having me. Later, fellas.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. All right, Yella. Go ahead, get your last parting shots in because, you got the flow.
So I noticed that, before everybody left, they was like, I still respect him. I still got love for the brother. No love lost, no apology necessary. They ain't finna get that over here. Love lost for the nigga. Fuck him. Fuck anybody like him. Fuck everybody. Fuck Black Man Unfiltered as a staff, record label, and his motherfucking crew. And sorry, man, Dre, if you down with him, then fuck you too. Shit. Now, meant everything I said.
This is crazy. Oh man, listen. I appreciate all y'all. I know the conversation went a totally different direction on this because I couldn't get that out, man. I could not get that out of I couldn't get it out of my head, man. I wish I hadn't seen it. I honestly wish I hadn't seen it because, man, cussing out Von Bryant from the chat, cussing out somebody in the chat. Oh God, that was
I know you ain't like that. I know you ain't like that.
Yeah, I got a personal thing about cussing out people in the chat, man. Especially, man, you're a supporter, man. You're a supporter, long-time supporter. That's just so. That's just throw up in my mouth a little bit. But man, I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Listening to me rant, listening to everybody else rant, listening to Vaughn clear the air. OG clear the air. Mandrill, double back and provide cover. Did a 180 and then stubbed his toe before falling right off a skyscraper. I'm so petty though. I'm gonna tell you, I'm so petty. I feel like what I should do, and this is petty, and I don't know. I don't think I care this much. I should just have a show the day after every one of their shows and show them how to do it better. Like every topic they do, I cover it better, just so they can understand how it can be done. Like I want to be that petty. Like do the submission and show them how they could actually talk about submission and do it better. It just disgusts me that that's an example for anybody would look at that. And he's got the title Black Man on it. Oh, it's disgusting. But I do appreciate all of y'all, man. Honestly, I do. Next week, tonight I'll be on at 8 p.m. with I Digress and Wireless Woman. And we'll just have a very talk about different socio-political type dynamics. Probably submission. No, I'm joking. We will not talk about submission. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring up submission just for shits and giggles. I don't know. Boy, that is a great idea, dude. I promise you, man, because there is no concept that can't be upscaled. There is no conversation that cannot be upscaled. And I even played around with that last week. With that stream me and Yella did. Like I took a concept and just like did 3 levels of thinking on it. Like we can do stuff like that. It's very easily doable, but it takes a little bit of intent. You actually want to have to improve a people or a community. You actually have to care about somebody other than yourself. But we'll see. I don't know. After tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, next week, Tuesday, I'll be on with Bree. And next Thursday, I will not be on. Next Thursday, I promise you, OG Patrice, I promise you, if I talk about submission, something different would come of it. There's no way. I did it one time. And I actually pointed out how in the Bible, because I know Mandrill brought the Bible to it, but there's actually a verse in the Bible in 1 Peter. There's actually a time in 1 Peter where these men, if they're not honoring their wives and treating them as partners, and there's another one, they're actually not even getting their prayers heard by God. I think it's 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. There's 3 conditions on the submission of a wife, which means they have to first marry the woman, but they have to honor her and treat her like an equal heir to, under the kingdom of God. So there's a partnership to these idiots. Yeah, so submission, they don't even understand the concepts that they like to throw around. And even when these fools actually look up a word, they still couldn't understand what it meant. I think it was embarrassing. I think it's a good idea, but stay true to you. You don't want their content to lead yours, because if you're running the opposite way the shepherd says, he will keep all the sheep in line. Yeah, it was just a thought. It's a petty thought. Oh, you got time for everybody else except my panel? You didn't ask me what was a good time, and nobody invited me. Nobody invited me specifically. It's also the fault of Mandrill for getting things together last minute. He had 2 weeks. That's why can't let black men lead. Anything that comes off of Black Man Unfiltered's panel, I would say probably shouldn't let it lead. Mandrill can't lead. Wasn't even on time today. And me and him are going to have a conversation about that too. Come on, man. Maybe some rebuttals and stuff would be dope though, but not. Yeah, it was just a petty thought. Just a petty thought. I couldn't listen. I could not listen to Black Man Unfiltered panels enough to want to do that every week. It would lead me into a depression. It honestly would. I thought the whole conversation was full of semantics, partner, marriage, leadership, it all works together. It does. And they don't understand the dynamics and they couldn't bring it down to real life. So the problem I have with a lot of people that talk about like leadership and submission, well, what does that look like on the ground level? What does leadership look like on the ground level? In day-to-day, non-life-threatening situations, what does leadership and submission look like? And what does it look like in reverse? Because it's not a one-way street. So it was just silly. It was like children that saw a word in one of their parents' books and thought they were playing, pretending to be their parents. That's what it was like. It was like men pretending, like boys pretending to be men. But I know they were all adult males. So they're men. But man, if that's the example of manhood, man, call me something else. Sign me up for anything else, y'all. Whatever y'all put in the chat, yee. Yeah, I'm a yee. That is me. From now on, I'm a black yee. I don't know what. I don't know. It frustrates me that so many people will sit there and listen to that week after week and not find a problem with it.
That's why,
Brother Vaughn, I put your name in there too. Man, Joe, I put your name in there that y'all can listen to it repeatedly. It gets me, but I may have a disposition that just makes it harder for me. So I try to remember that I'm hypercritical and judgmental. So everybody, I do appreciate y'all. Yella, about to head up out of here. I hope y'all all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
What are we talking about? Come on, man. 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 How many push-ups you want to do here, pal? Oh, come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What is he doing? Come on, man. Give me a little break here. But everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get a life.
Come on, son.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You're making money. Come on. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.